All right, we're live for Thursday. Oh, looks like I didn't get the, here, jump over here. All right, so I think Mike's side's on it. Okay, so we're going to say today, going over Pokemon breaks, new giveaways, and, searching for slabs, live card shop. All right, cool. We just got started, guys. Welcome to the daytime stream. Let me go ahead and jump over here. We started a little bit late today. We are going live for Thursday. Just been watching the news. So much news this last few days. Kind of shocking, the amount of news. All right, we'll pop this over here. Okay. And let's hit refresh. Do we have a thumbnail? Let's make sure we get a thumbnail in here, just to be 100%. So let's say save image. No, we don't want this. All right, we'll say save image. Save. And now let's hit refresh one more time. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. All right, so I don't see a thumbnail yet. So let me go ahead and place in the downloaded thumbnail. Okay, we'll hit save on that. Oops. I think we got it. Cool. So I took a picture of all those beautiful quest slabs. Those are cool, aren't they? So sad what happened to Jared. Yeah, it was sad. You are? I was watching people's reactions and conversation about it. Lots of conversation. You almost have to watch content like that because if you're a YouTuber, people are going to ask you, you know, you have to have like a, you have to have thought about it for a little while, you know what I mean? Because if you come up with your thoughts on the fly, it's harder, you know? Better to have thought about it a bit. All right, so let's go ahead and clear some of these up. Got some junk emails. We're going to delete those junk emails. And now, can I send you some merch? I'm going to delete that. It's an ad. What is this saxophone, dude? Get me out of here. City Pop. Nah, too much City Pop. Get me over here. I got no ping. Hard to digest it. I'm not normally one to get sad by famous people dying, but wow. Yeah, we talked about it a whole lot yesterday. It was pretty bad. Let's try this. All right. Let's see. I think we're done. So, Pokemon card breaks. Package hopefully in tomorrow. All right. Yes, I got some packages in today myself. I've not opened them. Whoops. There might not be a ping today because, you know, I uploaded a video of that box of Team Up getting opened. Did you guys watch that? The views on it weren't too crazy. I opened a box of Team Up. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. It's actually Thai language Team Up. It's pretty cool. You like watching interesting things get opened? I watched the replay of your stream. You talked about it a lot. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, it's pretty tough. Today is September 11th as well, so we remember the 9/11 attacks on the Twin Towers. Pretty sad. Pretty sad. It's kind of interesting because I think there's so many people alive today who are officially too young to have been there, and so their perspective on it might be a little bit different. And like they may not have the lived experience of having seen it. So to them, it's like from a book or a movie or something. But when you saw it, it was pretty impactful. Okay, let's lower this a little bit. Let's make this $25 per spot. Okay, so here we have a gym break. Oh, we need a new booster pack. I see that. We need a new vintage booster pack. Get it together, YouTube. Hey, what's up, Memphis? I was born in 2003. Poor Tower 7. I'll watch the replay of your stream. All right, so There's Gyarados. And now let's go ahead and put this card away. Oh. I got like a piece of dust in my eye. What the hell? Just woke up a little while ago. I was doing some cleaning. I was getting some bulk boxes made. I was watching the news. Ugh, there we go. There's a theory that Trump has had a stroke at some point because his face droops on one side pretty hard. We are. So that was interesting. Here's Roaring Moon, which I guess that would be not that big of a surprise given his age, right? I was born in 2020. I skipped school the day of 9/11, saw the second plane, hit it live on the news. I was scared as a child. Yeah, actually, I remember kind of having some sort of nightmares, maybe more like daydreams of like maybe a plane crashing into a building near me or something crazy like that, like we were under attack. And it was a new feeling because America had been pretty peaceful up to that point. You didn't hear about too much going on in the world either. There just wasn't much going on, you know. So it's kind of interesting. That began that war. Whew. Not a very productive war. So what do we got over here, huh? These have just been sitting in this side box forever. Oops. I guess Karis was drawing a Slugma. Look at this. We get some Magmars. It's interesting. Let's go ahead and... what do I do with these Magmars? I'll hand them out to someone. I think this is Karis's. Oh, yeah. These are all Karis's. Oh, yeah. She was drawing some other stuff. Look at this. She drew Calvin and Hobbes. Oops. Keep this in the middle of the screen here. Okay. Good after Mr. Hope. All is well. What's up, Pokey Sly? How's it going, man? Okay. Place these back over here. You like Slugma? Slugma balls. What is this? Crocodile, the Battle of Alabasta. For 15 bucks, huh? There's no way he's worth only $15. Wonder why I put that there for 15 bucks. Maybe I felt that he was underpriced, and then I removed it. Well, if he was 15, the original price was probably 30. This is a vintage One Piece, by the way. That's what this is. It's from 2002. That makes it quite old. And at 25. There we go. I believe I saved these two for later breaks. I believe that's what the point of those were. Okay, good. And let's see. So we've got this nice gym break right here. We just reset this to have a lower price, to be more enticing. Set this here. We have this jumbo pack break. Here it is. Mr. CS Man's in here. We need 3 more people. Jumbo pack break, everybody. Jump on in there. Okay. Time to grind some Helldivers for a bit. I lost my TCC ball. No, I was at work listening to Howard Stern. Yeah, yeah, it was pretty crazy. I remember exactly what I was doing. I was getting firewood. Yeah, I was getting firewood. Crazy enough. Here's Carvana. There we go. In my family, we at some point we installed a wood burning fire, and my family stopped using electricity to heat the house. We started using only a wood burning stove, and this was one of the ways that we saved money as a family. Was in the winter we used a wood burning stove. And so what you could do is you could have all your kids go out and chop wood all day long and then stack that wood up and then burn that in the winter. And that was a way to keep your house warm. So, you know, my family was always trying to find something like that, some way to afford existing. Okay, we got some cards to price, it looks like. Nice. Good. I was in 6th grade. You got to play Deep of Night, Whipple. I played Deep of Night a second time last time. We won again. Who did we fight? I can't remember. Who did we fight? Oh, it was the dogs, Tricephalos. And, yeah, Deep of Night's definitely harder. My team was lucky to have me. I was playing Guardian, and, man, Guardian makes short work of those dogs, man, because the dogs lose to the shield, man. The dogs can't handle the shield. It is, if you're clever with the shield, the trick with Tricephalos when playing not Gyarados, Guardian. So when it's joined together as a triple dog, it's so easy to defend. I mean, you can just defend all day long. When it splits up into 3, that's the risk. What you need to do is start running one direction, run toward the wall of the arena. Once you get to that wall, if you guard up against that wall, they just can't get you. The angle of the shield blocks everything. If you got the wall of the arena against your back and the shield in the front, they can't get you. So yeah, you can just indefinitely hold off the Tricephalos dogs until your ult comes back. So I was doing that a little bit last night. You know, my team would 3-bar, and then I'd just revive them, and then they'd 3-bar, and then I'd revive them, and eventually the dog just dies, smacking itself on the shield. If you've never played Guardian, Guardian has a it has a rune where it tick damages itself. Not the Guardian. I'm sorry. The boss will damage itself when it smacks your shield. And so that's a really legitimate strategy for winning, especially if you pair it with Violent Deluge. So you put those two things together, and the dog just kind of ruthlessly follows you. So he just sits in the Violent Deluge like the whole time. So you can do thousands of damage over time. It takes a little while, but it's very effective. All right, so Mr. Cobra, CO6. Yeah, so my team basically won because I was there with a good build. Let's see, this is the holographic version, is that right? Okay, so this item will be $250. Attrition win. I love Guardian, but I mean Raider. Guardian is like my secondary. This patch improved his steel guard angle. Yeah, I heard about that. Not just that, he scales. Apparently he scales better with, is it strength and dexterity? I thought it was really important, the dexterity scaling, because it kind of made no sense that he was a strength scaling character, because, you know, that means great hammers, great axes, that kind of stuff, right? But he's supposed to use a halberd, and a halberd is strength, dexterity. They're both of them. So it kind of made no sense that they would make him scale on a use, you know, not on both skills when he's supposed to use both skills. Kind of made no sense. So I don't know. I wish I could see the internal data that showed exactly how that changed him, like how much it changed him. I wish I could see that. Now, if you are a One Piece collector, you might be interested in the Battle of Alabasta Rainbow Hollow. Probably extremely low pop. I tried one run of it, but Helldiver's been fun lately. I'm good, how are you, sir? Sounds kind of gay. I love Guardian. Attrition win. All right. Yeah, it's nice having the guard improved, by the way, because one of the annoying parts with using shield was some monsters will hit you from behind, even though you're facing them. It's like, what? And so I don't know how they were doing that. Maybe they were jumping over the shield and hitting behind you. I'm not sure. Wow, this card is population 4. Wow. Population 4. Okay, now we have Gadatsu. Gadatsu was slated to go up onto eBay. Hey, what's up, Mr. LaFlame? How's it going, man? Okay, we got Gadatsu. Hey, what's up, Jack Woodworth? But anyways, I've played Deep of Night twice, and I've won twice now. And I'm really curious to know what it's like when you reach level 2. I wonder what the point of Deep of Night is. Like, does it get to a really interesting point? Like, what happens eventually? Now, we have it in English. Gadatsu English. Doesn't look expensive. What did we have ours at? Okay, so it looks like the English version is going to be $35. It's actually really affordable for people who enjoy One Piece. His charged halberd guard counter's got a damage increase as well. He's super fun. I only use guard counters occasionally because it costs so much of your stamina that you can't really risk it too often. I mean, if you're truly trying to play like a pro that takes care of all situations, you know, fighting the little guys in the overworld, I never use guard counters. In fact, I don't even use the shield. I just put the shield away. You don't need it. You just dodge. You got all your potions, whatever, your heals, your Estus flasks. I just play two-handed, or I wield 2 weapons. You know what I often do? I'll find like a dexterity weapon and just use that, like the bleed twin blade, which is so good. So I'll just find a nice, you know, blood weapon or something like that, and just run that. It doesn't matter, because it doesn't seem to affect him too much. And so often I'll focus on the weapon art. So whatever absolutely does the most damage in the overworld, I just use that. It's not until the boss that you pop out the shield and you say, okay, shield time. And then when you're fighting a big scary boss, you can't really afford too many guard counters. It takes too much stamina, especially the charged one you mentioned. So, yeah, I wish I could do guard counters. They need to make guard counters cheaper if they want me to use it. They're too expensive to use. There is one good guard counter, though. If you get that upgrade, the guard counters summon wraiths, or not wraiths, summons those little skeleton dudes. Man, that's awesome, man. Have you seen that one? Because it doesn't matter if it's charged or not. Those little skeletons pop up, and then they do a little triple strike on the target, and it's so much damage. But the most important part, they spawn on top of the target. So even if your guard counter misses, they don't miss. Really powerful. So that's a great guard counter. In fact, what you could do, I've played Guardian for like 300 hours now, by the way. Just Guardian, no other character. So if you've got like a little S-Stock or something like that, a thrusting sword, they don't take hardly any stamina at all. And you can pair that with the, the guard counter buff, the improvement, the summon. And then it doesn't cost anything to use that guard counter and just trigger those guys every time. So you can trigger the wraiths or whatever they are, the skeletons, and then just go right back into guarding and you're safe because you got plenty of stamina left. Because the thrusting sword doesn't use much stamina. Actually, that's my favorite weapon to pair with the shield. It is the best weapon to pair with it. It's not the halberd. Forget about the halberd. The halberd is expensive. Halberd has a little bit of a better range. Doesn't really matter, though. Yeah, halberds suck. They're slow. The thrusting sword is the best weapon. What is this? Error? What? Okay, let's close that. Oh, my favorite weapon for Guardians, the Dragon King Cragblade, the heavy thrusting sword. Yeah, those are okay. No, I don't like that one. No. Let me think about it. My favorite weapon for Guardian, definitely pulley crossbow. That's it. It's pulley crossbow, isn't it? Pulley crossbow makes the Guardian ridiculous. It doesn't scale on anything, right? Crossbows don't scale. You can have any stats at all. They don't scale. They always do flat damage. And then I don't know if the ranged buff helps. Some passive abilities give it a ranged buff. But here's what's most important about the crossbow. It triggers walking effects. So you just do a crossbow walking setup. That's it. Violent Deluge, Flame of Frenzy, Wraiths while walking, which that will only work if you get on the shield, I guess. Or running as well, by the way, which will work as well because you have plenty of stamina left. Yeah, crossbow build with the shield is ridiculous. It's not higher damage than Iron Eye, obviously, but it's like you're just not going to die. Iron Eye's going to die. You're not going to die. You're going to save Iron Eye after he dies. He's going to be like, I'm dead. Yeah, because you're a glass cannon. You don't die. And a fight could take longer, but you're going to win the fight. All right, so we have Hidden Legends Whismer, $65. Steel Guard also triggers the walking effect. It does, but, if you're guarding, you're not doing any damage. If you're shooting the crossbow, you're dealing a lot of damage. Not only that, you don't have to be near the target, right? Because there's almost no range problem. You just get like a range drop-off buff, and then you're good. And then, you know how like you want to play the tank? Well, the problem is grabbing aggro. Well, with the crossbow, you grab aggro really fast. Seems like the bosses are programmed to target you if you're shooting them with a ranged weapon or with magic. So if you use range or magic, they target you. If you're using like a weapon, like a regular melee weapon, they don't target you. They literally just go for the ranged characters. Anyone playing ranged, they're in danger. So they ignore you if you're not playing ranged. But if you're a Guardian with a good shield and a pulley crossbow, damage is good, activate your passives, and you've got the shield. So all of a sudden you're playing the tank now. So yeah, that's my top weapon. It's not a halberd at all. It's not a weapon that could even do a counterattack. Okay, so we're going to say tops Halo. Sketch. Yep, pulley crossbow will get the aggro like crazy. And then you just guard until the enemy gets tired and turns around and they run away. Then you start shooting them. Doesn't matter how close or far you are from them, you're going to land the hit. Pretty easy. Pulley crossbow. I've played with the jar cannon too. It's pretty cool. Now, why is it giving me all these other cards? I don't want these. I just want the... Let's try Tops Halo. Let's just type in Tops Halo. Oh, I see what's going on. So it doesn't know what a Halo is, maybe. Tops 2000 Halo. Oh my god, I'm getting everything but Halo. Let's type in Tops Halo Plasma. Oops, I typed in Hail. Probably autocorrected to Hail. Nope, nothing like it. Although it seems to be able to detect what we are talking about this time. Tops Halo Sketch. Let's check sold. So all I can see is that Some of these sketch drawings are going for a ton of money, but they're never the they're never the rifle. Oh, here's a sketch rifle sold in July 13. However, it is not graded. Okay. So back then we had this at $315. We're going to lower the price a little bit on it. Maybe not a little bit. We're going to lower it a lot. Okay. Sketch plasma rifle. Relic, draw attention while guarding as well. I've tested that. It doesn't appear to have a dramatic effect. And not only that, but if you're wearing that, you are you're losing a slot for a different buff, and those other buffs are way more valuable than draw attention. Because draw attention is not as good as, like, you know, reflect damage, charge your ultimate while guarding, or ultimate recharge speed. Those are way more valuable to your team than just, oh, if you guard, you'll get attention. Because it doesn't work. I've tested that. It doesn't work. It doesn't really pull aggro too much. What does pull aggro is shooting the boss with the pulley crossbow. That works extremely well. And it's a weapon that scales so well because it doesn't scale. So that is a weapon that works extremely well with the Guardian. That, jar cannon. The moon crossbow, not so much. The there's also that black crossbow. I don't remember what it's called. Not so much. Just pulley crossbow and probably jar cannon. Although you can upgrade a, I think it's called the hand ballista, right? And that's the one that's the more common one. You can upgrade that with the purple stone, and then it does just under the damage of the jar cannon. Now the jar cannon's tricky though. You have to have projectile drop off on it in your passive buffs on your weapons, because if you don't, you have to shoot it pretty close to the target, and then they turn and they knock you out while you're reloading. So you really can't shoot it all the time, unless you're prepared to take a hit. All right, so we're pricing up some cards. We're looking for cards to price. Let's go ahead and check out the queue, guys. We are. Hey, what's up, Tammy? Mister, you ever play Path of Exile? Relic, draw attention. I pair walking passive like Grace while walking with Guardian passive, still guard in the aggro while guarding. I never. So again, I've tested out that skill from the runes. You're just giving up a much more important skill if you take that one. So Aaron says, Mr. 151 Japanese, 5 of those, and 2 Ghosts of the Past. Hell yeah, dude. 2 Ghosts of the Past. All right. Very nice. Yeah, actually, another problem is the walking with wraiths. I noticed that's like one of the weakest passives, because they come out really often, but they just don't do very much. So the wraiths are pretty weak. The Violent Deluge by itself, it's very good though. All right. 2 Ghosts of, and if you get that and race together, obviously that's good. Flame of Frenzy is not bad, actually, surprisingly. That's because Flame of Frenzy has a surprising reach. Like if it passes through the target at all, it hits them, and then where it lands, it hits them. But that one could be annoying, I guess, because it's just so, it seems like it's not targeting anything. Looks like I need a fresh box of the 151s. Okay, let's see. We're talking about a video game. We're talking about Elden Ring Night Rain. They just released a new game mode that's even harder than before, as if that was even necessary. It's quite difficult. It's a difficult game. It's a proper Dark Souls game. Really difficult. Half the difficulty is getting good teammates. It's a co-op game. It's the first game of its type from From Software. By default, you have to play with 2 teammates. Well, no, you can solo, you can play duos, but it seems the main game mode was designed for 3 people. And it's a lot of fun, but especially it's fun because it's exceptionally difficult. It is. And they just released a new game mode, and it's even more difficult. There we are. All right. I beat the first opponent was the Ice Dragon. Remember the Ice Dragon in Deep of Night? Because even as the Guardian, I had these 2 weapons. I had the Giant's Braid Master Weapon, and then another weapon with the buff on it that said gain FP from landing attacks. And so I just spammed the weapon art, never ran out of FP, and dealt tons of damage. Despite that, it still took a long time to kill him. Teammates kept going down. They couldn't handle the pressure. And this was just Dark Knight. He wasn't a sovereign. So it makes me wonder in the Deep of Night or whatever it's called, how bad is it going to get when you get to those sovereigns? How tough is that fight going to be? Because how are you going to not run out of flasks? And I think having teammates that can instantly revive your team. I think there's three characters that can do that: the Guardian, the Revenant, and the Recluse. Right? Don't they have abilities that revive the whole team? I don't know if the Recluse works exactly like that. How does the Recluse work? But anyways, having characters that can do that is a key strategy. And also, so one of my beliefs about the Guardian is his very finest skill when it comes down to it, you know, when poop hits the fan. It's not the ability to draw aggro necessarily. It's actually just the ability to revive with the ult. So the number one priority is to get the ult back as fast as possible. That's the number one. So a lot of my rune setups are just triple ultimate art gauge +3. Because I don't care as much about damage output, which is not that good with him anyways. I just care about the ability to revive my teammates as soon as possible. And sometimes some of the wins we make are really tough fights where I just run around in a circle, the ult comes back, and then I just bird bomb them again. There goes Aaron. 5 151 packs, not 3. Oh, did you hear that, guys? 5 151 packs, not 3. Here we are. There we go. Recluse can't revive teammates well at all. She's the worst reviver. So I don't play Recluse. I've been revived by the Recluse ultimate art. What exactly does it do? Why does it... So does it just deal some damage like an explosion, but it doesn't guarantee a 3? Ooh! Ho, ho. Look at that. Ooh, beautiful Master Ball Gengar, Aaron. Wow, that's a good round. Okay. Now we're talking. That's a good round. He just pulled like a $500 card out here, guys. Wow. NHCC says, did you get my parcel? I got some mail in today. I haven't opened it yet. So if your parcel has arrived, which it could have, I have not opened all of my mail. I opened like one big box. It contained some, what was it, prismatic? No, it contained some sea and sky. Here it is. Small explosion damage that deals 1 bar. I don't know if that's true. I could have sworn I've been revived by Recluse with more than 1 bar of damage, but that's an interesting point. We are? Okay, that's an interesting point. So it's really just Guardian and Recluse. And Recluse can't relocate. Only the Guardian does that. So he has the easiest revive. Grabbing this. That's another buff, is they allow him to relocate further now. So his little bird bombs got better range. Here we go. Ooh. All right. I play a lot of Recluse. Her ult does not revive past 1 bar. Okay. Thank you for the information. So now I understand it. Okay. Man, Recluse feels like she needs a bad buff, doesn't it? Recluse. Every time I play with the Recluse, it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle. The Recluse always goes down. Okay. She puts all her points into damage and then just... She doesn't have the dodge ability that... You know, Iron Eye's got that double dodge that he uses for his character skill. There we go. It's not a double dodge unless you build for it, but yeah, I mean you can easily build for it. So there we go. She doesn't have that. All right. So my ankle is now swollen. Your ankle's swollen. What happened to your ankle? Here's Xenos. Dawn of Heroes. Ooh. Let's take a look at Xenos. We're taking these cards that were supposed to be sent to eBay. We're just going to price them up, give them a round, and if they still don't sell, instead of writing eBay on them, we'll take a picture of them and actually put them on eBay. All right. So he is a $40 card. Recluse, the glass cannon. No extra iframes like Iron Eye. I fell down the stairs? Did you actually? Ouch, dude. We are. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, you be careful out there. Okay. Today we are somehow finding slabs that can be sold, and now we're pricing them up. It's weird. Slabs you didn't know you had. Here's a Team Rocket Returns card. This is Team Rocket Returns Hoppip. Wow. Recluse, I hardly know her. Yeah, Recluse doesn't get played too often. There we go. I think I run into more revenants than recluses. Okay. All right, let's see. That's it. Wow, this is really cheap. $44 for this hop hip. To put this in perspective, this comes out of like a $1,000 booster pack. So weird. It's because it's hop hip. I know that's why. Okay. Let's see. We were talking a lot of Night Ring there, guys. Night Rain. There we go. Haha. Okay, so it looks like these need to be spread about a bit to push too forward. What do we got here? We've got this Huntail. We just priced him yesterday. That's from Hidden Legends. Here's a nice Sylveon. Ah, the Heartbreak. Up to 7. Let's see what the next order is. Bill Barron. I think I have a $20 credit. He wants a spot on the mega sub list. You got it, Bill Barron. Have you all said the Pledge of Allegiance today? I pledge allegiance to the flag. Mr. Bill. No, dude. Being patriotic is evil. What are you talking about? All right. Yes, Mr. Bill Barron. Let's get that taken care of. Let's see. What else is in here? Okay. I have one that says 10 on it. Hey, what's up, Felix? Nice to meet you, man. Smash that subscribe button for me, will ya? There we are. We're probably boring all the Pokemon folks with the Night Rain talk. I've got my laptop set up now, so when I have a run, I record it, and you can see me playing now. There it is. All right. Yeah, I think I could make some Guardian guides. I've been playing Guardian for 300 hours. That's pretty good. That's pretty good experience. You know, that's like not experience that sometimes people make like lists and stuff like that. Land of the free, home of the Whopper. That's right. The Whopper? You mean Burger King? Is that Burger King Whopper? I think it is. Get out of here with that Burger King talk. It's all about McDonald's. Give me the clown. All right, Bill Barron. Actually, I think Burger King did relocate to Canada a long time ago, didn't they? Their headquarters is in Canada. Okay. I don't know if that's still true. No, wait a second. We don't need to write this down like that. We need to put you in that mega list. TheCardconomist returns. Yeah. I mean, if I edited the video real nice, did a voiceover, and talked about it maybe. Bill Barron. Haha, number 4. All right. Ooh, it's almost halfway done. Did you see TCA's post today? No. What did he say? All right. Now we have an order from our friend Mark J. Valerian for the 2 Yugi Legend of Blue Eyes packs. Heck yeah, dude. Legend of Blue Eyes. Where's that going to be? I love watching card openings. I wish we could get here too, but sadly no. I've been waiting for years for it to be available here too. I'm sorry to hear that, Felix. All right. If you ever want to open them live here, you can purchase around here in America, and we can ship them wherever you're at. Snip this. Okay. When the new Pokemon game comes out, will you stream that? I could try. Now I have to go to the doctor. Oh, that sucks. There you go. It's probably a sprain. You have fractured your ankle into 17 pieces. Flower Wolf. Here's Pot of Greed. Okay, Pot of Greed. Here we go. All right. Ooh. Let's go ahead and sleeve this up. Mr. Mark. Would you mind getting the parcel when you get up? Here we are. Think about it for a second. Here we are. it's important to me to take care of your mail that you send in to me. But I would say this, I don't want to be told to do the receiving. We are. All right. All right. All right. Do you ship to Pyongyang? I definitely ship to Pyongyang. They need Pokemon cards. J. Valerian. Okay. Do you ship to Northeast India? I do. I ship all over. Yeah, I'll ship to India. I'd love to. I've shipped to India a couple times. Not too many times, but I've shipped there a couple times. We had one guy, his name was Haunted, and he was real prominent for a little while. He bought a lot of Pokemon cards. He was in India. We shipped to him a couple times. I had the doctor. My doctor says I'm not a good patient because I always don't listen to everything they say. For my next move, I'll use Pot of Greed, which allows me to draw 2 cards. And for my next move, I'll use Pot of Greed, which allows me to draw 2 cards. And for my next move, I'll use Pot of Greed. Here we are. Funny. All right. Put that there. That's definitely a Yu-Gi-Oh joke that's flying over my head right now. Okay, let's hit refresh. I've got a Gem Mint Mega Blastoise EX 2016 Hollow. That's a big mouthful of words. Do you guys know how much I could sell for? Yeah, easily. 1 bazillion. That's what I would sell for. Okay, now we have Bill Barron, the difference on the sub list. Thank you very much for that. Jonathan Fernandez says 5 packs of solo leveling. Ah, somebody appreciating the solo leveling. Let me go get that. All right, let's see. Yeah, NHCC, there's a lot of packages. I don't know which one's yours, and I kind of don't want to be like unpacking it and trying to figure it out on the fly. You have to understand, receiving is kind of a dangerous job. There can't be any mistakes made. I don't like to rush the receiving. We are. All right, let me go grab some more solo leveling. I receive multiple types of product, sometimes the same product, from multiple people, and I have to be able to record if somebody scammed me, if the product's damaged, if the product's fake, if they miscounted the amount of product. Here we are. All of that has to be ready to go. All right. Tossing this. We got 1, 2. I'm going to give you this for free. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this is normally counted as a pack. You know what? I'm not going to give it to you for free because this is one of the desirable packs in the whole box. And I think the rule is you get it for free when you buy a whole box. That's the rule, right? All right, so this is what people want. They want this card. And we know from experience with 6, this can contain the chase card. So here you go. Ready? Yeah, that right there can contain the chase signature card that you want out of this set. We know this because we've pulled that for 6 before. So we count the promo. There we go. All right. No takebacks. There's a lot of rules for a lot of different sets, and I was trying to remember how we treat the bonus pack in here. Ooh, beautiful. Rank D. He's just a rank D hunter. There. He'll probably die in there. All right, here's Sung Jin Woo. Sung Jin Woo. I thought he was a level E hunter. Choi Jong-in. Very nice. Here's... What is this? Double Star Igris? Wow, show this to 6. What did we pull here? This says HR Double Star. I don't think we've seen this one before. Cool, man. Wow, that's neat. Has the price changed on these much over time? I got to see if the price is very different on these. You know, we've had these for a while now. I feel like it's been like longer than 6 months, definitely. Can we send those to PSA? 100%. PSA does grade these. Yeah, PSA totally grades these. You might send the Igris card. we've graded a couple of these for 6 now. Let me take a look at this. Okay. All right. And what did we end up pricing them at? I remember we lowered the price at one point. Ugh. Oh, yeah, they're fine. Okay. Toss this up here. Does tag grade solo leveling? I know that tag grading does not grade solo leveling. That's because they do not grade Korean cards at all yet. They say they will one day. They are still preparing for that. All right. So, Mr. Fernandez. Haha. Lovely. All right. So you think on that. I'll place you over here. Cool. Here's Jose Arredondo Snipe English 151 pack. You got it. Jose Arredondo, he wants a 1-pack snipe with the 151s. Okay, let's get these sniped. Oh, Farfetch. Giovanni's Charisma. Very nice. Snipe. He's so charismatic. That's why he looks angry as hell. That doesn't look like Charisma. You know, that actually looks like Fury. If this said Giovanni's Fury or Giovanni's Ambition, that makes way more sense. Charisma, that'd be like if he was in like a Hawaiian shirt and he had like a Navy captain hat on and he was like, hey, baby. That's Charisma. Or if he was like dressed up like a rock star or country singer. Charisma comes in many forms. If he said he had a really great Diglett collection and said, would you like to come back to my place to see it? Jonathan Fernandez says 5 more. Oh, you got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tell you what, we'll toss this one in. There you go. So you'll get 6 more because we'll count that other pack as a bonus pack now. How does that sound? That's a parallel HR Igris. Is it good? Sounds like it's good. There we go. We have some other interesting Korean exclusive content. The Nikke set for guys who like grill cards. We got a Nikke set. I bought more of it because of the overwhelming demand. There it is. Mr.'s charismatic. Hey, baby, check out my Diglett. He knows Earthquake. I only date Doug Trios. Damn it. We are. Okay. Cold. And, oh, cold. And this cool guy, Sung Jun Woo. Oh. Mister's holding my Deoxys hostage. Here we are. All right. Very good, mister. Yes, very good. When's the next PSA submission going out? Hey, what's up, Mr. Trevor? You know, Trevor, it's really on a schedule. I'm just going to stick to that schedule, okay? It goes out once per month. Let's not mess with that. Here it is, Jonathan Fernandez. In the meantime, you can add some cards to it as it goes out. So in other words, if you want a chance to add more to it, you've got a chance. I was talking about that yesterday. One of the problems with sending it out too fast is that you might have, over a little period of time, you might have multiple cards that you want to send in. So we kind of leave it open for a couple people to join, even the same person who just maybe pulls a couple good cards every week. You know, so like, for example, we have Mr. CS Man. He's got more cards going. Oh, where did I pull this from? Okay, so Mr. CS Man, you know, he's got some cards going. This says 400 eBay. Pop 1 Voltorb. That's cool, man. Oh, because he's on eBay. Oh, that's clever. Here's Raichu 9. Geodude. Oh, these are cool, man. Oh, PSA 9 Dittomong. There we go. Downloading Borderlands. How much does the Chase a Solo Leveling card go for? I've heard that those cards could go for a lot of money. I've heard some of them go for a lot of money, like hundreds of dollars. And it's weird because they're very easy to open. Well, they're not easy to pull, but the packs aren't like really expensive. Zach jumping on the Gengar Mega Sub list. Here you go, Zach. So we have one break moving. It is the Gengar Mega Sub list. Halfway full now. That is one of the most popular breaks for sure. That puts it up to 25 spots completed. If it was a 25 spot break, it would have just completed right there. In fact, it would have completed faster than that because people get excited when it gets close to the end. One more pack of Blue Eyes. Mark J. Valerian. You got it, man. One more pack of Blue Eyes. Okay. Cash is being talked about Charlie being assassinated. Who's Cash? Cash Patel? We are. Good. Okay, just wait for Union Solo leveling. It's going to be epic. Here's Final Flame, the 13th grave. So, Final Flame it is. Nothing crazy popping out that time, Mr. Mark. We are. I know they have not caught the shooter, but they have like an image of him. They recovered the weapon. Okay. Bolt action rifle or something like that. We are. All right. Just think if the shooter had missed. If it's a bolt action rifle, they might have been able to get down in time, but yeah, I don't know. I bet you if people do more campus, campus things, they're going to have bulletproof walls or something. They probably start doing bulletproof walls. I don't know. So let's see. We're going to start taking pictures. They have a person of interest. They haven't captured him though. Ooh, it's probably definitely him. Oh, wait a second. What do we have here? Ho-ho, the Bowser break, which is just falling apart. Let me pull this out. All right. A footprint and arm print. Uh-oh. Yeah. He seems pretty young himself. From the image, it seemed like he was pretty young. He might be himself a college student. And he's cooked, man. He's going to get caught. What do you think happens if they catch him? Look at that. Ooh. Okay, lovely break. Okay. One whole box of solo leveling for Jonathan Fernandez. Bulletproof glass in front of the podium. That's what it's going to be from now on, isn't it? It's going to be bulletproof glass, just like the Pope Mobile. Remember the Pope got shot a long time ago? Pope John Paul II got shot. All right, here we are. We're back. Utah calling for public execution, but who knows? Public execution, huh? We used to have that, like, in the early 1900 or late 1800s, whatever you call it. You'd steal a horse and then they'd bring out the noose and hang you live. Like, what? Hang you to the public's speculative viewing. Like, wow. All right, the Bowser card is cool. I'd buy in, but I'm just going to get that damn star again. Here we are. I brought, well, the star's actually better than if you just pull a common card, if you think about it. I bought a brand new deck of those 10, 15, and 10 of playing cards. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and open this up. Very nice. Throwing that away. I say let Charlie's family decide what happens to the guy. Nah, because they'll be nice. You can't leave that up to the family. There we go. The family will always choose to be nice. Anyways, whoever did it, obviously is going to get life or the death penalty. I was talking about the other day before Charlie got shot. I was talking about how crazy it was to hear a president call for the death penalty for that poor Ukrainian girl that got stabbed to death, man. It's crazy to hear a president like, yeah, let's get this guy murdered. Let's get this guy not murdered, but hung or whatever you want to call it. He did the murdering. Dude, that's a crazy video, the stabbing of the girl is. I initially thought that the people around her were all just ignoring her after she got stabbed. No, no. The guy who did the stabbing stood right next to her to make sure she died first. And he had a knife in his hand. So everyone looked at him and said, ooh, you are? So I was looking at that differently when I saw the full video. It was dark. Anyways, man, I feel like it's such a dark tone. You know, I like Pokemon cards because it's sort of an escape. Just a lot going on in the news. So I guess it's kind of hard to avoid talking about it a little bit. Here it is, solo leveling. It's crazy that was in North Carolina. I live here. We are. Hello, Aerospaceman. Same to you as well. Good luck to everybody. Did they find it? Mr. was early pog. Okay, let's see. Let's see. What year is that Bowser? That Bowser is 2015. It is Baek Yun-hoo. Okay, and here is Choi Jung-in. Okay, Mr. Choi. Ready? Ha-ha, this guy. Go Gun-hee. Okay, very nice. Here's a cold one. And a cold one. And a cold one. There goes Jonathan Fernandez. 1 box of solo leveling. Thank you so much, man. Very good. Gonna do some Deep of the Night now. So does it just get tougher and tougher? Like, does it actually, when you reach like level 2 Deep of the Night and level 3 Deep of the Night, does it become more fun? Or is it that the bosses become like bigger bullet sponges? Because if it's the case that they just become bigger bullet sponges, you know, that means in the future, the only builds that are going to matter to win is going to be huge damage builds. Nothing else will matter. And I'm not such a big fan of that. You are. You're going to have to run a glass cannon build and never get hit in order to beat the highest levels. That's not that fun. Okay, we have a no rarity symbol Voltorb. And more HP and damage multiplier. And Psyduck. Yeah, it's just going to become glass damage builds at the later levels of Deep of the Night then. Wow, that's cool right there. That Psyduck's cool. Pricey though, huh? What if we did a triple gym break? $33 buy-in, 3-way gym break. We've done that one time, a triple gym break. He's cool. I like him. Let's put him in the live customs. Deep is 1.35 health and damage, I think. Ah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it just keeps doing that each level, I actually don't think that that's very fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've seen games do that where the boss just becomes ultimately a one-shotting bullet sponge. And it's not a mechanic that makes you want to play more. You know, like what made Sovereign Libra so fun was the fact that he was so chaotic and complicated. Like you had to find some kind of strategy that works. And even though he was very hard to beat, you felt like it was within your grasp. But if you just buff his damage output and buff his health over and over and over, and the mechanics are exactly the same, I mean, it's just going to get boring. You'll be like, well, you sell slabs? I definitely sell slabs. I sell tons of slabs. And we have signed up to start grading 500 more slabs than usual per month. So those got to go somewhere. Probably eBay eventually, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe the increased flow of slabs will bring in an increase of people. I don't know. Don't know if it works that way. I don't think it does. Okay. That was cool. So this Anthony Kalura card. We found another Anthony card. I'm going to keep looking for those for a minute. How do I buy? Yeah, great question. We accept payments directly through Cash App, PayPal, ZELLE, Venmo, and crypto. You can find all that in the description, which you will want to click on the upper right-hand corner of the screen to get that description, okay? You got to head over to our description. Click on the dots in the upper part of the screen, and then expand that description. You'll find links. Now, you might have to highlight the links, and then once you've highlighted them, you have to click Open URL, because I think the links don't work in vertical mode anymore. Is that right, guys? I don't know why they would do that. Still going vertical. Was AI correct in the algorithm is helping your store? Yeah, so we are receiving so many subscribes in vertical mode because it's exposing this channel to a lot of new people who have never heard of us. And even if we eventually go back to horizontal mode, we'll want to keep picking up those subscribers for a while, especially until we hit 100K anyways, right? And yeah, I mean, we're meeting new people, we're making new friends. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. And then we've been testing that for about 2 weeks. I'd say we tested it for 2 weeks, horizontal and vertical. Vertical just smashes horizontal out of the water. It's not even close. That's the sad part. So YouTube does not benefit you if you host in horizontal, and then they give you a huge benefit if you stream in vertical. So that is the way of the world right now. That is how YouTube is operating, and we are adapting to it. Let's see. And when that's not true anymore, we'll swap right back to horizontal, which is really, it's my favorite way to stream is horizontal. You get to see 5 slabs. So nice. Some people say horizontal works better with their TV. It looks better, or it looks better on their laptop. Other people have also commented that they prefer the vertical because it looks better on their phone. So some people, I guess, just watch from their phone. They don't watch from the TV. They don't watch from the laptop. We are. And they say it works better with their phone to be in vertical. Okay. Let's see what he says. How do I get you to ship them, says Zoe. Really easy. The way it works, when you make a purchase over here, we store them over here automatically. So we store your cards after you purchase them. And then when you want to get shipped out, it's $9, $9 shipping. And what's cool about that is it doesn't matter how much you have, it's always $9. So what you can do is today you can buy some, next week you can buy some, 2 weeks from now you can buy some, and you just keep building up a big shipment. That's how we do it. We do it that way because people kind of come here consistently to open cards day to day. And so it's a way for them to save tons of money if they're doing that. They save a lot of money on shipping because we don't ship it every time. So by default, we don't ship it, and it's $9 to ship. So the moment you pay for that $9 shipping, that's when I go make your label and we start gathering your stuff. In the meantime, your stuff stays over here, safe and sound. Now, the way it works, of course, you do have to ship within 1 year. If you want to keep your stuff here longer than a year, you have to communicate that with me, okay? Mr. is dreading my shipment. No, not at all, not at all. Your shipment's actually relatively small compared to like Jennifer Yap's. You know, with Jennifer Yap, we used to get these big 2 boxes together. And when she shipped out, we would have 4 large priority mailboxes. Would cost like over, well, let me think, it would cost around $130 every time she shipped. And she only paid $9 for that. So, you know, she was an example of maybe the most extreme example of benefiting from the flat rate shipping. You are? All right. Wow. Yeah. So if you've never seen a large priority mailbox, they're really big and holds a lot of product. And she would get like 4 of those, 3 of them or 4 of them. And they were like $30 a box almost. So she would get like, yeah, she would get a lot of shipping. And then, you know, if you wanted to insure one or anything like that, signature confirmation, that adds up really fast too. Have a sip here. Is it $9 worldwide? No, that's very important, by the way. $9 is only in the United States. If it's worldwide, I have to calculate your shipping. International shipping, obviously, is a lot more expensive. The cards have to fly really far. So here in the United States, they transport the package by vehicle, which is cheap. But when you have to fly it like for 20 hours to get to its destination, it starts to get really expensive. So most international shipments will cost about $40. 90% of them cost $40. And there are some rare cases where we can get it down cheaper than that to like $20. And then if you're a super big international buyer, it goes up to like $80. So that's how it is. International has 3 tiers of shipping costs, 20, 40, and 80. Almost all of them are $40. However, if you're international, one of the cool things about working with me, I will help you categorize your shipment to be lower for import fees. So like when you buy like a whole case of Pokemon cards or something crazy like that, we'll open them up and we'll declare them for basically what you pulled rather than the value of the case. I think that's a fair thing to do. I don't think you're cheating when you do that because you've changed the product, right? And then also, you know, what you're actually importing is a cheaper product. If you participate in our highly desirable breaks here, which go off all the time, if you're participating in these and you pull this card for 40 bucks because you won, you got the break, you got the chase, I will declare it for $40, and then you will only pay $40 on your import fee on this. So if you're international, you should at least try our breaks. They're risky, but you know, if you actually pull something, you won't pay too much on your import fee. All right, so compare that to like eBay, where you will pay full value on the import. And eBay doesn't host breaks anyways, so you can't be in a break on eBay. Now we have, click. In the description, click on the 3 dots in the top right, then select description. Here's Mark J. Valerian for 1 pack of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend of Eyes again. All right, you got it. 1 pack of Blue Eyes. Ooh. Mistress Worldwide. We've been shipping internationally for 6 years. I'm very familiar with it. We are. We're very good at it. Did you see Pokevault pull the Gold Star Rayquaza like 2 hours ago? Nice. All right, so what we got? Here's Curse of Dragon. That's the Curse of the Dragon. What's up, CS man? How's it going, man? Ba-doink. So, Mark, let's go grab your bag. We are Stress Thursday. Thursday is one of my favorite days of the week. I'm trying to find some new cards to price up for you guys, the slabs. After we price up the really obvious ones that are like right next to us, we tend to start to look for ones that are not so obvious, like ones that have been set aside. And so here's one. We're going to start pricing it up right now. This one says eBay on it. PSA 9 Z Fighters Carddass. And it looks like it was once upon a time it was priced for $150, and I never did list it on eBay. So, okay, so give me a second here. Let's take a quick look. Let's see, Carddass, Dragon Ball, Z Fighters. Let's type in Fighters. Okay, I see the exact card for $200. Actually more expensive over time. Let me check sold though. Okay, no examples of it being sold. So there is just one example of this card for sale, and they want $200 for it. I really don't think it's going to sell for $200 here. I feel like I really should just list this up on eBay. You know, I am, because I don't feel like we have that many Dragon Ball followers. This one's got to go up on eBay. He's in this really specific category of expensive 9s, and those are some of the hardest things of all to move. Like if you have a PSA 9 and it's really cheap, it'll sell. If you have an expensive PSA 9, good luck. Those are the hardest things to sell of all. Okay, clicking that. I'm taking a photo of it right now. Okay, clicking that. Hey, mister, can you pull my credit card out so I know what I have? Want to make an order? Yes, let's do that. There we go. And so this has been having a picture taken of it for the eBays, the Feebays. Let's go ahead and put this over here now. That will not be joining us on the table. Do you regrade your 9s? I do. I do sometimes. Not always. Maybe like 1 out of every 20 9s get regraded. It's really dependent on how it looks. Let's take a quick look at what you got here. Okay, Mr. Brett. We like Brett. He's got $704 left. Okay, there you go. Mr. Brett. Mr. Brett, some of the better things we have, in my opinion, are the Sea and Sky and the Prismatic Tyranitar sets. I like both of those. Jose Redondo, 5 Energy Shuffles. Ooh. I think I like the Sea and Sky the most. The idea of pulling a good, like, Sword and Shield Era card. I like that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a nice looking Dragon Ball card. It's for sale if you want it. Is you ready? It's supposed to go up on eBay for 200. I'll do 180. Look at that. Ooh. My budget for today's stream is 20 bucks. One whole cold round of energy shuffles. The energy shuffles are a $5 chance at a nice slab. Mr. Marco says, one shot at the waifus. For my homie, an HCC. Oh, that's nice. All right. What is the new gym break? We do have a new gym break. Let me show it off real fast. 1, 2, 3. This is from Marco to NHCC. Ah, one cold one. All right, very nice. Now, that was a donation. Is that right? Here we are. We got a little donation list. He goes, LMAO. Oh, I'm sorry. Marco, what's the use of budgets when you can go deep and then pull a $600,000 card? I say you just go crazy. Well, shucks. I'd never seen so many goddamn Charizards. Did you like that? That was an old title of ours, and I feel like that one really sticks for some reason. I should use that title again. You know, I should reuse the thumbnail of Quip's feet sometime. Maybe next time we're selling XY Evolutions, because I think she had a pack of XY in her feet. And the title of the stream is just "You Up?" ? Okay, so let me show off that gym break real fast. Here it is. That's the new gym break. It's a pristine Misty's Gyarados. Pristine. Very nice. That's pretty good. I can see that going real fast. And then this is waiting for one person. This is a really rare card, no matter what the grade is. Beatrice is in there. It's a more pricey one, $45. More to gain, more to lose. Okay. 2 packs of Halo for our friend Jared. Hello, Jared. Oh my God, I'm going to be sold out of these Halo packs. Okay, we're back. All right, so we are actually running low on these. We are running low on Halo packs. So it is time for me to start thinking about restocks. These have been selling really well. The cards you pull out of them have been looking great. They're pretty old. They're officially vintage, I'd say. They're just shy of 20 years. 2007, right? So in 2 years, these will be 20 years old. That's like vintage. Okay. I'll take a crack at some 151. Hey, can you read my previous message? How's it going, Mr. Ryan? Oh, here it is. Let's see. I overheard you saying people were making payments to their slabs. How does that process work? That's called Slab-away. It allows you to pay your slab down over 6 months, and it's one of the most popular things about this whole channel. I would say there's 2 things on this channel that's more popular than anything else. The breaks and the Slab-away. Extremely popular. The breaks and the Slab-aways. The breaks are typically a way for you to take a shot at a card in a random way, similar to a booster pack. And then Slab-away, instead of taking a shot at a slab, you definitely get it, but you pay a $20 fee to pay it down over 6 months. So let's say you want this Geodude, but he costs $3.95, and you got, I don't know, not that much money in the bank, but you know you're going to get paid over time and you want to work on them. So you can give me 20 bucks to reserve this, like renting it, reserve it for 6 months, and then you have to have it halfway paid off by the 3-month mark. I don't care how you send in payments. I don't care how it works for you. You don't have like $49.99 a month. You don't have that, but it needs to be about halfway done at the 3-month mark, and then it needs to be completely done at 6 months. If you fail to pay it off, we cancel the slab, and then you have to return to me and ask for the refund on whatever you paid into it. And you do not get the fees back. So you don't get the rent back, the $20 back. You don't get that back. So you lose 20 bucks. When you cancel, you lose 20 bucks as well. Also, if you want it to be a year-long thing, you can do that for $25 more. So you can extend a Slab-away into being 1 year long. So it could look like this. You give me 20 bucks for 6 months. You realize that's not enough time. So you say, you know what? I want a whole year. So then you send 25 more bucks. And so you've paid, think of it like paying $45 of interest on a slab you want. Well, $45 really isn't that bad when you look at some of the slabs. I mean, they get really expensive. So, you know, if you borrowed that money from the bank, you pay way worse interest to the bank. Or if you put that money on it, oh, look, there's an Amistar. Or if you put that money on like a credit card. So like, look, here's one, probably not going to sell, $1,200 Pop One Chansey. $45 to pay this down over a year. Think of it like a $1,200 loan. Well, 10% on a $1,200 loan would be $120, wouldn't it? But you're only paying $45 for the whole year. So that's way better interest rate on an expensive card. So Slab-away really does help people acquire some expensive cards without really paying interest. They just pay a little fee. It's a set fee. And some people use it on cheaper cards. Some people use it on pricier cards. It really depends on what you find that you like. It's so popular, I can't get enough high-end slabs to offer to people. You know, we've got all of these, and these are available. Like, look, that's a nice Skyridge card, but it's not Charizard, it's Omastar. Here's a Chansey, here's Dodrio. Notice the pattern. Oh, this is nice, actually. I could see this one selling. So this is Poker Charmander, Ace of Clubs. That one's very nice. This one's nice, too, actually. Yeah, we've sold this multiple times. Poker Scissor, very popular. And they're still somewhat affordable. Vending Chansey. Chansey's harder to sell. Magnemite. Magnemite's harder to sell. That's Rocket Returns, by the way. Here's a beautiful Topps Haunter Hollow. Very hard to get that. $4,000 Gengar. By the way, if you pull the Mega Gengar out of the Mega Sublist, out of the Mega Break, I mean, I recommend putting this in Slab-away and trying to keep them as a pair. If you're rich enough, if you got the money, if you're Mr. Moneybags, get them as a pair. All right. So, anyways, only up to a year. That's right. The cutoff is 1 year. I don't want to extend it forever. I don't want to extend it longer than a year. A year's long enough. If we were going to go longer than a year, I probably would start charging like, I don't know, like 15% interest or something. I don't know. But here's the problem. I know you would cancel it if it didn't perform well. So it's tricky. It's not like a mortgage asset. It's not like that at all. You know, the bank, they design their assets and their loans so that they get paid if you screw up or if you quit or the market pops. So they don't mess around. Like if you fail to pay your home, they take the home and the money. They don't care. But we don't really do that over here. You have the ability to come to me and say, give me back my money. If you didn't pay it down, you can ask for your money. So, and maybe that's because I'm just nicer than the bank. But the banks they're jerks. They'll take your home and not give you a penny back. They'll be like, nope, that's our money. And then they sell your home and get whatever they can out of it. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't know 100% how a foreclosure works. I've never been foreclosed on. I actually don't know how it works. Maybe you do get your equity back. I'm not sure. How much for that Charmander? He's a popular one. He just came back from grading. He's $300. By the way, if you've never shopped for our slabs before, yes, we price them up right here on the table every day, but we also take a picture of them so you can go back and see what we have for sale. And that's right here in our Discord server. So we have like a slab here, a channel here called Pricey September. We click on that, and you can scroll through and see everything we price. Like there's that scissor for $300. Here's a Snorlax, Dodrio, Dratini. There's the Charmander. We just took a picture of him, and no one's claimed him yet. This one's another popular one, the Gym Leader card. Both popular. He's actually more expensive than the Charmander. So there's an example of two cards that you can put in the Slab-away right now. It would cost you $20 to reserve it for 6 months. When you start Slab-away, you also are asked to put $20 onto the card. So $20 fee, $20 onto the card, $40 to get started, basically. So that's how you do it. You have to pay some of it off within 3 months. If I see you have not made any payments on the card within 3 months, I automatically cancel it. So you have to make some kind of payment on it within 3 months. We don't really make a lot of tough rules on how much, but you got to make some payments on it. You know, I don't really apply very toughly the halfway paid off, but that's officially what you're agreeing to. Halfway paid off by 3 months. Here's Hunter. I tend to, you know, if people fail to do that, I tend to just let it slide because I don't really care. But that the 6 month mark, if it's still not paid off, then you're in trouble. Then we go, okay, we got to take this back. One to the dome. It happens, you know. It doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. All right. So I can buy, for example, a $1,000 card, give you $45 for it now, and have 6 months to then make $500 worth of payments. Yeah, but you would only give me $40. You don't have to give me 45, and you will get 6 months, and 20 of those $40 goes onto the card anyways. It's a down payment on the card of $20. There we go. And if you wanted to extend it to a full year, you would give me a $25 fee to extend it for a full year, in case you felt like you weren't going to make it. There we go. All right, pack number 1, Mr. Jared. I'm loving the artworks. No hollows yet. Let's see if there's a hollow in here, though. For 1 year, you'd pay $65 up front to get started. Yeah, but nobody ever does that because the way it kind of works, most people, they wait and see if they need the year. So as the as the due date approaches, then they go, ah man, I can't handle this. Give me another 6 months. That's what they do. So it's kind of like you get the extra time period if you need it. So most people would just put the money toward the card until they see they're in trouble. Here's Ghost of Onyx and Jungle Ops. Usually people will extend an especially expensive card. Like I think there's a Charizard, Dark Charizard First Edition that went in there, and he's a 1 year plan. So, and it's not a surprise. I mean, it's just a lot of money. So he kind of has to be that way. Here it is. All right. Okay, very good. Some other things to pay attention to when it comes to getting your money back from Slab-away. If your card went down in price and you're trying to sell it back to me now, I buy it back at the new price, not the old price. So let's say you have a $1,000 card, and we base that price off of cheapest buy now or whatever. And then months later, you decide you want to cancel it, and very conveniently, there's one for sale online for $700. I don't buy it back at the $1,000 point. I buy it back at the $700 point. So this was a very important rule because what will happen is people will start putting equity into the card and then see a cheaper one and abandon it. And the problem for me is that you've now ruined my chance of selling it at $1,000 when the market was at $1,000 because you stole it off the table and hid it away from all my potential buyers. And now the market has moved down on it. And that just happens. Market moves up, market moves down, market moves up. But you've stolen that potential to sell it at $1,000 from me. So I don't buy it back at $1,000. I buy it back at the $700, the new price. And what this will look like is you might have $300 of equity in the card. You're not entitled to it anymore because you've lost it. That we pull from your side, your equity gets pulled, it gets lost. And so that's a risk you take if you decide to put something in Slab-away, and then months later you want to cancel it because it's cheaper. You risk losing that money. We had to do that because Slab-away just kind of became this way for people to speculate, basically. Like they will put something in Slab-away, they'll start paying it down, and they figure, hey, if it goes down, I'll just cancel it and buy that one. And so that became a really big problem because I'm the one left holding the bag. So we changed the rules on that. We found that out in the first year. We've been doing Slab-away for like 4 years. It's been a long time. Mr. Jared, no hollows in there. I bet you there might be a hollow in the next pack. That is my theory. I'm going to go ahead and put these away. Yeah, we got burned pretty bad in like the first year of Slab-away. I was watching it happen. And I was like, oh man, I'm getting killed over here. Every good slab would get sold. So everyone always, like 99% of good slabs finish getting paid off. And then every bad slab would get canceled. And all of a sudden, I'm stuck with these slabs that went down in price, and I've lost all my good slabs. So only the bad ones get stuck in my inventory, and I didn't get a chance to sell them back in the day when they were worth more. So it was getting me killed, and we had to create that rule. It's been fun. It's been very interesting. I feel like I could write a book about some of this stuff, all the things I've learned. All right, the vertical stream still kicking butt. It is like crazy. Like we had one stream yesterday that picked up 13 subscribers in one stream. All right, And that was just the one stream. The vertical still can kick your butt. I've been watching your stream since 2019. Yeah, we've been live for a long time. We've been live for a long time now. Here's Mr. Zach. Mr. Zach. He says 10 Journey Togethers. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Vice versa, if the card goes up, you still get the price that you initially started your slab with, correct? That's right. So if your slab went from $1,000 to $1,400, then it's really just on you to pay it off then. I'm not going to buy it from you at $1,400. So you have to finish paying it off. You got a good thing going, and you need to finish paying it off. It doesn't happen very often, but on a rare occasion, somebody just fails to pay it off or they don't want to. But most people, 99% of people, if their slab does that, oh, you bet your tits that they're going to finish paying that one. We don't adjust the price on it. So if you initially put it in the Slab-away for $1,000 and then it goes up to $1,400, that's your gain. And so that happened to a lot of people just recently because of all of the price gains Pokemon made. We got so many people in Slab-away. Watch this. Look at how popular it is. I will show you. Look at all the people in Slab-away. So this list shows you all the people who have different items in Slab-away. Look at it all. Now watch. All of these are Slab-aways. They're all being worked on right now. Those are all Slab-aways. That's how many slabs are in Slab. It's actually huge. It's not a small thing. And so because Pokemon exploded in the last, 10 months, all those guys who had a Slab-away watched their card go up in price before they even finished paying it. So it was really nice. But you got to understand, that goes both ways. So when the market goes down, if you put a Slab-away 6 months ago and everything nosedives, now you're like, oh, Jesus. So it goes both ways. But whatever price you sign up for on the day that you do the Slab-away, that's the price. We don't adjust it. It's good or it's bad. You like it, you hate it. So just be aware of that. Very popular method of paying down a card because the initial fee is so little. It's $20. And I don't mind it. It's just like this thing that goes on passively in the background. I try not to think about, oh, maybe I should have charged a higher fee to put this particular card in a Slab-away, or, oh, I'm getting killed on this card because it fell in price so much. Gosh, if only I'd put it up on eBay, it would have sold instantly. I don't think about that stuff. I just let it be whatever it is. Here's Zacian. It's so far worked pretty well. I think the biggest, most important rule was actually the rule that if your Slab-away is going to be canceled, and it fell by like $400 in price, you're not entitled to the old price anymore, because that was the biggest one. That was causing all kinds of pain. Here's Fungus and Iona's Belly Bolt. Oh, yeah, rub my belly. Boop. Have a nice day, Mr. NHCC. Can I get a Charizard, please? Vice versa, if the card goes up. I've watched your streams. The vertical stream still kicking it. Good luck on the hits. We've got Clodsire. He's the best one. That's the one. That's the one that I wanted. And Grimmsnarl Noivern. All right. I actually made some mistakes in Slab-away early on in the early years where I would accidentally ship a card that was meant to be paid off over 6 months. So a guy would take like an $800 card. I actually specifically remember this case. This happened more than once. Somebody would get like an $800 Charizard, put it in Slab-away, and I would accidentally ship it to them. Oops. Because my stupid brain, I'm always making a mistake here and there. I would put it in the shipping pile, not in the Slab-away pile. Especially when we first started the service, I made this mistake multiple times. And so that guy would get an $800 card mailed to him without having to pay it off. And then I would have to contact him and be like, you got to send that back. And they wouldn't answer. They'd be like, nah, this is my card now. I'm not paying that. My card. So I had that happen a couple times. They don't talk to you. That's how you know. All of a sudden, they don't want to communicate. That's how you know they did get it. And all those Slab-away fees have had to make up for those losses. I think if I recall, I've had it happen a total of 3 times. Probably lost I must have lost like $1,500 or something. So all those little Slab-away fees, $20 here and there, they probably helped me just break even on the mistakes, to be honest. They don't make me money. What makes me money is the Pokemon card itself. When the Pokemon market's good, I'm doing good. Here's Jared. I'm sorry, not Jared. Here's Jose Arredondo. 1 gym break. Oh, this is over. This is complete. Mr. Misplaced My Charizard I paid off, so he got me a new one. That probably did happen. I bet you I've done something like that. Yep. So I make some money, but you in a business, you do have things that happen that aren't expected, that are bad, and then you have to be able to just pay for that. And so that is a part of your cost of operation. Okay, I'm not out. Marco's dipping to go game. Oh, there we go. I thought you were leaving us. So here's that. Very good. Now we got Beatrice and Jose Arredondo. If you're new, you're about to watch what's called a gym break. A gym break is decided by a round of war. That's the name of the game, actually. It's a real card game played with the playing cards. But we play it with Pokemon cards rather than with playing cards. So the way you win is you have to pull the Pokemon card with the higher HP, and it's a best out of 3 round, and we just play it with 1 deck. Okay. And you couldn't do anything? Nah, I couldn't do anything. It was in their possession, and they wouldn't talk to me, so we are. You ready? Here's Jolteon. Okay, Beatrice picking up Jolteon with 110. Oh, it's a tie. This is also 110. Okay, first round's a tie. Round 2, computer search. That's a win for Beatrice. And Clam Pearl. All right, well, you weren't going to win anyways with Clam Pearl. Beatrice picks up Gyarados. All right, now we saw those other 2 trainers down there, didn't we? Here's Articuno. This is round number 3, and it's could be the final round. So Beatrice has got Articuno on round 3. Oh, but it doesn't beat Garchomp. Okay, so they both have 1 win. It's a tied game now. Now, this next round is the tiebreaker. Here goes. Who's going to get it? Oh, no. Rapidash is not that strong. Only 110. Oh, it actually does go to Jose Arredondo. Congratulations. He pulls the Electivire. I need some Pokemon battle music when we do this. Do 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 do. Boop doop doop boop boop boo. Did I get my 151 in 5 energy shuffles? I do recall doing 5 energy shuffles just a minute ago. It is. Who was that for? Does anyone remember? So this is up to 4. Wow, Jose Arredondo has a big comeback story on his card. Labubu in stock for Halloween. We're going to have Labubu in stock for Halloween. These are the scorecards. They help you understand if you've had good or bad luck, and it's just part of the fun, really. They are. You can also ask me to throw away your scored card and start a new one if you don't like it. Like, don't show me the odds kind of thing. All right. I don't need to know that. I sent on PayPal. You should definitely have a soundboard. Boop a doop a doop 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 doop. Scooby doo a doop 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 doop. Hey, that's my Rapidash. I keep telling Mister he needs toys. Here's Joshua Whipple, Japanese 151. Japanese 151. Joshua Whipple. You got it, man. Mr. Josh. I wonder how the line is. I sent in some small ones. Well, it sounds like we're on your turn right now. So that was called a gym break. It's a 2-person break. Those are awfully popular. The only downside to a gym break, though, typically that is a small card. That is not a large card. You want to get like a large, kind of like Holy Grail card into your collection, you got to join one of those big, scary breaks where your odds are low. But some people like the higher odds. Oh, you're up top, aren't you? I put yours up top. Ramos Whipple. It was crazy last night. Yeah, CSman did a big order last night. I don't know if you guys remember that. I was showing off a lot of good cards, and I offered him one of the best possible box toppers you can collect in the hobby, and he bought it. So he's got a really nice card now. Here's the Fall of the Airship and the Manga Break. We have an order, Joshua Whipple, another one. Oh, put your bag away too soon. Do you have another one after that? Okay, so let's take care of this. He needs a magic 8-ball on the table. Another one. Magic 8-ball. How about magic Pokeball? Okay, there's Starmie and Dragonair. I sent 2 more back to back. So a total of 4, is that right? I'm going to strictly open these in the order that I received them so I don't make a mistake. There. All right. Very nice. I sent a Cash App. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Mr. Zoe is new, guys. Now, the way this works with Mr. Zoe, there's some people in line ahead of you. Mister, let me join that Empoleon break and 1 solo leveling. I am so sorry the Empoleon break is over. So he wanted to be in that Empoleon break as well, but it's over now. And so he's going to have a $45 store credit card, which he could spend on anything. He could spend it on the next break. It's a cold pack. Nothing in here. All right. Make it all solo leveling. All right. That would be 8 packs of solo leveling. Oh, no. It would be 40 divided by 6. Did I say that right? What's 40 divided by 6? It is 8, right? I'm getting old. 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There it goes. All right. 40 divided by 6 is 7. It's actually slightly less than 7. This weekend, Miss Karis's parents are coming over, so my in-laws are coming over. Ugh. Hosting the in-laws. They're just coming to hang out, I guess. And that means no fun for me. They're going to watch a bunch of movies, probably. And I'm going to be like, I don't want to watch movies. Ooh. Diamond Pearl breaks when? Yeah, those are some very cool sets. Very expensive. Here's the facts. If I hosted a Diamond Pearl break, you probably wouldn't join it. You'd be like, I don't like the price. How do I know this? Because we posted breaks on Diamond Pearl in the past before the big price change, and you guys didn't jump on them either. You guys didn't jump on them back then either. So why, when they've gotten way more expensive, would they suddenly just start selling? I'll tell you what you guys jump in on. You guys jump in on stuff like Rocket. Team Rocket sells like crazy. It is because it's affordable. But Diamond Pearl is like this experiment, and it's way more expensive than Team Rocket. So I know what sells after doing this a long time. I wouldn't risk Diamond Pearl product. Here's Joshua Whipple. One more. 151. Joshua Whipple. So what I'm hearing is all-day stream. I don't know. I don't know about that. Actually, yeah, I don't know what'll happen. So there we go. Okay. Oh, Arbach and Clefable. Thank you, Joshua. Appreciate it, man. Mister, do we have a new pack break? We do not. In the stream title, I say new breaks, and that is something I need to put together, a new vintage pack break. He's asking about the vintage pack breaks. All right. Could do a pack break on like a Phantom Forces booster. That'd be interesting. I think I have some loose Phantom Forces boosters from the past. Mr. NHCC, dear Goon Gods, bless me. All right, so he sounds like he wants a waifu shuffle. Okay, here goes. Okay, NHCC, here goes. Boom. I'm sorry, man, that's one cold waifu shuffle. This is the waifu shuffle, gives you a chance for a waifu slab. All right. Now we have an order from, wait a minute. Click. Jared Line, 2 more packs of the Halos. Oh yeah, 2 more packs of Halo. Almost time for Cash App, okay? That was smart. Yeah, I'd open 2 more packs of this myself. Goon Gods, why? All right. Good. Good. Okay. You ready? Ha-ha. That feels like a hollow in the middle. Oh, yeah. Covenant Drone. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. These are vintage Halo Topps cards printed by the prestigious Topps Company. Boop. We also have Elites. Brr. The Elite Tools of the Trade. By the way, did we get an order for Mr. Brett Love? I didn't catch that. He didn't say we're getting an order, did we? Should be his turn next pretty soon. If he did send in an order, he should be coming up. No, I didn't see one. Okay. All right. Charging the Scarab. That looks great. And boop. All right. Boop. Now we have, what's this? Captain Keys. Scorpion. Ah, what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Halo Hollow. Wow, the pull order was exactly the same as last time. Did you guys notice that? Hey, I had to run over to my older neighbors to help them with their computer. Oh, yeah, that's cool. We are. Hey, do something with my computer. Okay. Very good. It's the guy on the cover of the game. Yeah, that's him. He's the master. Flood Combat Elite. It's the Master Chief. Wow. Okay. Flood Combat Elite. The Flood are just a superior biological organism. You can't compete with them. Ooh, the Scorpion. All right, if you think about it, Fortnite's kind of like a parasite zombie game. Did I say Fortnite? Halo's kind of a zombie parasite game. I think I said Fortnite. We are. Ooh. Oh, Halo. Wow, that's cool, man. That's for you, Mr. Jared. Jared. Now, what are we going to do here? Because we got too many cards in this box. Guess we're going to take this Jacob Underwood bag and let it be what it is, which is an expired bag. Pre-grade on the Master Chief. Oh, let me do that real fast since it's already out. All right, he's ordered a pre-grade on Master Queef. Here goes, here goes. I've been watching Alien Earth. Aliens. Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks really clean. Check the back. I'd send this in. I think it has a shot. Has these white dots right here. Oh, nope, that was dust. Yeah, I'd send this in. It's pretty close. The edge appears to have a white dot right there. I don't know if you can see that. Very, very fine white dot. I'd send it in. I think it has a shot. All right. Good. Alien Earth been crazy. Should I PSA or tag grade it? Well, you know, the tag grading is a little bit cheaper, but you can PSA grade it if you prefer PSA. I think it would sell with either company, though. It is. I will say this. I don't like the way PSA's slabs are looking with Topps cards, because I noticed they got like that milky, sort of like frosty problem with the surface of the card. So if you're just looking for the crystal clear appearance, I would say go with tag at that point. Depends. Are you just looking to resell it? If you're looking to strictly resell it, I think it might be easier to resell with PSA. So it depends on what you're looking to do with it. You are? Okay. Very nice. Mr. Jacob Underwear. Man, I haven't heard from him in a long time. He used to buy from us pretty consistently. Let's see what he left behind. You can see I didn't touch this bag for a long time. He used to hang out. I don't know where he went. Where are these? Just some hollows? Okay, some hollows. That's some XY era. Oh, it's an XY era hollow there. Some boobs. Bunch of useless hollows. Okay. Away it goes. Sorry, Jacob. You can see this bag has been abandoned really badly. This is what an abandoned bag looks like, guys. Nothing real crazy in it. Nothing real crazy. The bag was made on 5/23. And then it was last updated on 3/24, and now it's 9/25. That's plenty of time. This bag is multiple years old. Thank you for your donation, Jacob. All right, Jacob has generously donated his bag of cards to me because he thinks I'm Boing. Here's Adrian. It's Adrian Senna. Is it Senna? Senna? Adrian Senna. All right, 151 booster pack. You got it. So you must be referring to the Japanese one. Yes, Adrian, you mean a Japanese one. Let me double check the price. It should be $10. 151. Yep, $10. Adrian. We're going to grab this. Adrian! I feel like that top loader keeps getting used over and over again. No, it's a different one each time. They all have the exact piece of orange tape on them. All right. Snipping this. I'm actually running out of them because some people don't grade it. Okay. Is PSA 45? No, PSA is 40. Goes. All right. We've got Nato Queen and Vileplume. Oh, you got some hollows in your first round, Mr. Adrian. Some hollows. I will put some of your bulk back into the baggie. Normally we remove bulk, but your bag will be too thin. So we're going to put some of that bulk back in. All right. Whoa, look at that classic Scyther. That's a good one. I like that one. All right. There we go. Okay. Now you go into the A box so that we can find your bag every time you want to order. How about this? How about some slabs from down here? We got some more slabs. Look at this. That's a nice Psyduck right there. Pristine 10 Psyduck. Awesome. Can we sell slabs on commission with you? Yeah, we do that pretty consistently. I think I have to get to know a little bit about the order you want to send in, because I don't want to act as a platform like eBay. Because I'm not like that. I'm not a platform like eBay. I'm just maybe a guy helping you out because you hang out at our card shop and do card shop things with us. I was thinking about that a little bit today. Here's Jared Lyon. He would like to send off that Master Chief. All right. All right. I'm new to collecting cards, so this is so cool. It is cool, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. You're new to collecting cards. That means you're just getting started, man. You get that dopamine hit. The buzz. The woo. Okay. Look at this, Mr. Zoe. So he's pulled a really desirable card here, and he's going to pay me $40 to send it off to a grading company. What did that load have lips? Why did that load have lips? What? Jared Line. And it's going to say P on it because it's going to PSA. That's how we do. And now this goes back into his box. Good. All right. Oh, you're talking about this? Are you referring to this? The Rainbow Weeping Bell? That's a cool card. Let's put one of these in there, into the Poke Shuffle. Nope. We'll start with the... let's get them both in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So with the Poke Shuffle, we try really strictly to get some really good cards in there. But we also put in 1 or 2 lesser desirable cards. So cards that are maybe fun to pull if you get them for $5, but you maybe don't want them otherwise. Mr. Gonna Kiss Weeping Bell. Am I? There we go. Wow, Weeping Bell's got those big, beautiful lips. One Seeing Sky. Yeah? Okay, that is the Poke Shuffle. Chance for a slab. Okay. That's all done. Alejandro Martinez wants 5 packs of Journey Together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Alejandro Martinez. I got into collecting because I got a 1999 first edition Sandshrew. Yeah, you like Sandshrew? He's a cool Pokemon. I think Sandshrew is kind of like one of those Pokemon that could have been a starter Pokemon if they allowed ground type or something. You know, like Cubone would have done good too. So much personality. Very cutesy-wootsy. They don't design Pokemon like that as much anymore, it feels. It feels like Pokemon these days don't have the same feeling. All right, what do we got? Octillery, Clefairy. Come on now. There it goes. There's the Clefairy. We've got Black Belt Training. Yeah! Fritz. Oops. Dun Sparse. He's done. And Mr. Rhyme. How nice. All right. Had some oatmeal today. That's all I've had today is some oatmeal. Later I will have mashed potatoes because I only eat mushy things now. Good. That's how it feels when you eat oatmeal. It's supposed to be so good for you. It's so gross. The texture's terrible. Okay, just the 2 EXs then. Thank you, Mr. Alejandro. Oh, so you sent it to PSA. That's amazing. Yep, for a fee, I'll send it off to grade for you. If you pull something real good, we'll send it off for you. Okay, now we have an order for Jonathan Fernandez. Let's send my Igris to get graded with PSA. Okay, you got it. So we just helped that other gentleman with that, and now we're going to help Mr. Fernandez. So he pulled something today that looked really cool, and it is this card. Beautiful. Dude, I love me some strawberry and cream oatmeal-y meal. What? I want some strawberry and cream. Hold the oatmeal. Give me some of that strawberry and cream. Okay. There's that. Jonathan Fernandez. And he said, send to PSA. There goes. Off to PSA it goes. We have an order. Naranjo Isaac. He says, finish paying off my Slab-away TCC Suicune. I'm under N. Under N? I would have never thought. So, look at that Slab-away box. Look at this. Look at all the slabs in just this one box. This is the this is just the table box that I keep around. These eventually, when the box gets too full, they get sorted into big alphabetized tube boxes, really big ones. So these are just the recent Slab-aways. Sometimes people get their slab paid off before they get transported to the alphabetical boxes. So let's see if he's in here. We check here first. Many people pay off their Slab-away quickly just because they want the card real bad. Ah, here it is. Oh, it's a blue-colored one, so somebody's getting paid out. Could it be Tammy? Oh, Tammy. Tammy's lucky day. This was a consignment card for Tammy, which means she mostly makes the money here. I get a cut. All right, let me jump over here to your Slab-away. Mister, need to get one of those retractable permanent markers for my wife. She's a school teacher and would love it. Oh, yeah, so I've tried both types. And you know what's interesting? The retractable ones, they maintain their point, whereas these capped ones, as you use them, they get really blunt. So there seems to be a pretty significant difference between them. Okay, so we're going to head over into Slab-away. And yep, that was all you had left on it, so that is completed. Hey, you completed a Slab-away. How neat is that? Now we're going to calculate Tammy's payout. Okay, 289 on her card now. You know, what I ought to do is I ought to take a picture of each consignment slab as it sells. And so that can act as like a receipt for us to understand what you have sold and have not sold over here. Because I bet that gets really confusing trying to track it on your side. Mark Valerian, another pack of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend of Blue Eyes. Here you go. We're going to be opening up Sea and Sky in a minute here, guys, for our friend Mr. Brett Love. Just got to get some of these other orders done first because they're a little bit older. First Slab-away complete. It's nice, right? It's a nice thing. Okay. What do we got here? Larvos. Stop defense. You got to stop defense. That's so normal. There we go. Okay. That Moltres is nice, huh? It's a cool card. Christopher Houghton says, 2 of the Japanese 151s, Christopher Houghton. So how is Japanese 151 looking? I hold some of this product in larger quantities because I really liked it. How's it looking over time? Is it getting crazy yet? 151's a crazy product. Everyone loves opening 151. There's Blasty Boy. Look at that Blasty Boy. Also add $40 in custom boosters to my opening. Ooh, okay. So 2 custom boosters and the Sea and Sky. Ta-da! That's Christopher Houghton, everybody. Thank you, Christopher. Just some hollows this time, though. Okay. Jose Ordado, 3 of the Sneaker Bunkos. That would be Sneaker Bunko Volume 2, right? Because we don't sell the other kind anymore. We used to, but it's sold out. Sneaker Bunko. Okay, well, we have a box of it we can access here because I don't see an open one. Okay. Tossing this away. Here's a 1, 2, 3. And we'll set this down here. Sneaker Bunko. So we're on a very fresh case of Sneaker Bunko Volume 2, everybody. Very fresh. I actually have like 6 cases of it left. I think we got 6 cases and 1 open case. And that open case is basically brand new. That was a full art. You got a full art. Here's a little boobies girl, sort of. Here's a hollow. And here is just a normal guy. All right. So in your round of 3 Sneaker Bunkos, nothing real crazy popping out. Do you stop version 1? I do, actually, but I'm not selling it. I think my plan with version 1 was to just occasionally open a box for myself, get them graded up, and have like just a long, multiple year-long access to girl cards that you guys will like. So I left the last case to be sold slow. I might have 2 cases of it if I'm not remembering it wrongly. Slowpoke. Gengar. Rawr. I'll set that guy to the side for now. Ah, the lightning break. Not so fast, though, huh? Andy Dirksen, 2 packs of Star Wars Chrome. Andy Dirksen. Hey, what's going on, Andy? What's going on? Mr. Holding out on my goonage. Sneaker Bunko Volume 1, we were selling it for $25 a pack, and it was still selling. Nowadays, with the cost or the value of the signatures and the value overall of the packs, I think 25 is just ridiculously high, and I don't know where it goes from there. I don't know if it goes higher, and it's just like, I don't know. It's uncomfortable to sell. Ooh. Not numbered, though. These are super cool. If you guys didn't see these Star Wars Chrome, these are super cool. All right. Darth Bladder, and also Darth Maul and Qui-Gon. I watched this this was 1999, Phantom Menace, and I watched this in movie theaters when I was a kid, and it was just so amazing. It's been 26 years since then, guys. We're like our parents now. They watched Star Wars, the earlier trilogy, and it must have blown their minds back then, and then as we became kids, they're like, oh man, Star Wars is so cool. You're like, what's this old movie? Oh yeah, look at that, man. Oh baby. Not numbered though. Ah, neither of them are numbered. All right. These are super cool. Yeah, Unk or whatever. Yes. I'm your Uncle Cardconomist. I got all the Pokemons. Yo, TCC gang, y'all need to come fight me in the Aerodactyl break. Yeah, I'm surprised about the Aerodactyl break. I genuinely thought that that one was going to be popular. Apparently, he's not. Okay, here it is. Andy Dirksen. Mr. Andy. Beautiful. Place this in the middle of these. Okay. Okay, and one more 151 from Jose Ardondo. So I believe it is actually Mr. Brett Love's turn now. Okay, let's take care of Brett Love. Mr. Brett's. So we need to subtract 320 from $704. What does that come out to? 320 minus 700 would be 380 plus 4, 384. They have it. 384 remains. There it goes. Sea and Sky, everybody. Let me go get it. I think I might just pull the cards out. Well, no, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I'll pull the cards out here. All right, so that is much easier to open out there next to our trash pile and while I'm standing up. But here it is, Sea and Sky. Set that there. Ah, okay. Yeah, because the box is quite literally huge. Stop. The box for Sea and Sky is humongous. Set that there. Let's start getting these sleeves. Any vintage Pokemon? I'd love to join some vintage. I love watching the Sandstorm pack opening. Anything of that nature. We need to pick out a new vintage pack. It's true. We need to open a new one. Here's Kyle Gray. You like Sandstorm? You want another Sandstorm break? I mean, I'd be open to do Sandstorm. You know, I do it more often, but the only concern I have is that other people don't want it, so that's the only reason I don't do more of them. Looks nice. Okay. This Rayquaza is pretty important, by the way. It's a nice Black Star promo, and so if that grades 10, it's going to do well for you. All right, now. People celebrating Crook's death, chat. We are cooked. He had a lot of enemies. He said a lot of controversial things. People hated some of the things he said. But ultimately, celebrating political murder is horrible. And I think I was talking about this yesterday. What he stood for was open dialogue. He stood for debate and open dialogue. And even if you hate his ideas, you will realize how important it is to be free to have that debate, free to have open debate and open dialogue. And it's actually sort of like a tyrannical society that shuts you up, which I think people are dealing with a little bit in the UK to some degree, where they can post something on social media and go to jail. It is. So, all right. It's It's something you wish you have in your society, the right to speak, the right to argue. I think that was what was so impressive about what he was doing is a lot of politicians won't openly debate people because they're scared. They're scared you're going to make them look stupid. They're scared you're going to win the argument. You're going to make them look really dumb. And there's just a really, really small group of dudes who will argue anyone over any subject, anytime. And so, yeah, it's an impressive thing, really. It is. But I guess he should have had bulletproof glass, because if you do that too well for too long, you get shot. And I would expect the next person to get shot too. Here's Zara Ora. There you go. It's a pretty interesting story. You know, it's like yeah, it's so weird. It's like you're just not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to argue your ideas, or you'll receive violence. I don't know. What is that? How do you even describe that? You're not allowed to argue your ideas, or you'll receive violence. Here's Evie. It's a very defining moment, I guess. Look at that. Wow. I feel like I haven't seen this Eevee in so long. Look at this Eevee, guys. That is so cool. Kirk had good points on open dialogue. I think Mr. Card has the right idea here, and the majority of people are in the wrong. Well, some of his ideas are more controversial. Like, for example, one of his most controversial takes was, you know, if a guy R-words a girl and she gets pregnant, she should be required to carry that baby to term. That's super controversial. I don't like that idea myself. I don't agree with it. But here's the thing. Let's say he's wrong on that idea, but you're allowed to go argue with him why he's wrong. You're allowed to tell him why he's wrong, and then people are allowed to make up their minds on that subject. They can make their minds up on an opinion, right? And you should be allowed to have that argument, that debate. You should be allowed to fight ideas out and with reason, you know, and with influence rather than with violence. Simicere. So it's almost like barbarism versus democracy. That's what it comes down to. That's what it boils down to. And it's like that's what we witnessed. There we go. Like, you can choose what to believe. You can't choose what to believe when someone points a gun at you and says, follow my ideas or I'll shoot you. And so what do you think? What kind of society would you rather live in? Look at that Electivire. Ooh. Because if today maybe it was this guy who doesn't like Charlie Kirk holding the gun. But tomorrow it could be anyone of any ideology holding a gun saying, follow my ideas, agree with my ideas, and if you speak up against them, I'll kill you. What is that? You know, like, what is that? It's a really horrible thing. Here's Hop. Ooh. Anyone can do it, of any ideology could do it. It's a type of tyranny. Ooh, Adaman. What happened to my message? Let's see. You had a message that disappeared. Let me go into all chat. I'm on top messages. I don't see it. There's no freedom of speech, says Collector's Closet. Well, I think the Founding Fathers had this idea that there should be a country that entitles you to free speech. And this was kind of like their invention all the way back then, you know, 100 years ago, whatever, 200 years ago. That was their invention, was people should be entitled to speak. And that was an innovation. That was actually really clever of them to allow it. Because many governments don't allow that. Like not being able to make fun of Xi Jinping, like showing him as Winnie the Pooh. You'll get in trouble for that. You might get in a lot of trouble for that, you know. So the Founding Fathers were very clever. They said, let everyone speak and let the best ideas win. And that was a powerful thing. That was also why he was a staunch promoter of the gun rights thing, which is also one of his controversial things, because he just died to a gun. But he was saying, you know, to ensure that you always maintain the freedom of speech, you have to have a population that is armed. And that's what the Founding Fathers believed. But that was a very long time ago. And the question is that still relevant? Is that still true? Do you really need guns now to have free speech? Maybe not. It is. But, you know, and then people, oh, yeah, look at that. Hisuian Zoroark. Because nowadays, it's not so much the cops you have to fear. It's actually the crazy guy with the gun you have to fear. Your crazy neighbor, or the crazy guy who's been radicalized online. He's your biggest risk, you know. The military's not about to break into your room and force you to be gay or whatever you're scared of. But like the local school shooter, he is a real threat. And so this is why some people want gun reform. But other people still strongly believe in that philosophy that, hey, you won't have free speech if the government's not afraid of you, or if you don't have a right to defend yourself. And other people will say something like, well, you need a right to self-defense. So there's some arguments here and there about the gun debate. I'm on the fence on the subject personally, by the way. So I'm not really in either camp on it. I'm undecided. Here's Kyle Gray. I don't think that the mass shootings are going to stop. That's the side of me that wants to say, yeah, just take all the guns away. All right, Swablu and Thievel. And here's Electivire. Ooh. And here's Simiseer. And here's Lunatone. And here's Comfy. Wow, there's so many pulls in here. The Azera Aura is an alt art. So check this out. That was the Sea and Sky. He's got 3 alt arts. Azera Aura, Simiseer, and Zorark. Those are crazy looking, aren't they? He hasn't pulled the best ones. There's better pulls than this. And then he pulled all these, they weren't called ARs back then. What were these called? Something Gallery? I love this Electivire, by the way. Swablu, Lunatone, Comfy, and Electivire. That is so cool. He pulled like a total of 7 gradable cards from the packs. And then this is super gradable. This Rayquaza is very desirable in a 10. So if just that one promo could grade 10, it almost pays for the whole box. So cool, man. Let's see. Freedom of speech is very important. I actually agree. I think we're a bit spoiled. We grew up with it. We're so used to it. We don't know what it's like to have it taken away, and we don't appreciate that if someone truly takes it away from you, now you have to literally fight to get it back. And so we're, you know how like kids can grow up too rich and they get spoiled by the money? I feel like a lot of Americans take America for granted. What we have is a nice thing. It's not like other countries. We take it for granted all the time, I think. And so I'm happy to be here. The taxes are lower, and you have a right to speak your mind. You know, you don't literally have a right to speak your mind in maybe perhaps the UK right now, or maybe Germany, because they will come after you and say, oh, you said the uncouth thing. We don't allow that. And so it's very, that's a big deal, that somebody should control your thoughts or what you're allowed to share about your thoughts. Here we go. So I feel like we take that for granted. The low tax is even more important to me than the speech, funny enough, because how much of a slave you are to the government is determined by the amount of tax you pay. Slavery is defined as like you go to work and you don't receive the fruits of your labor. Someone else does, your master does. So when the government takes 50% of your entire income, the government's your master, you're the slave. That's how it is. And then what do they even do with that money? Probably nothing good. Sometimes they do good things with it. Sometimes is the key word. Next up, Jose Arredondo. So the tax one is big for me. That's a very big subject. And so when I talk about it, I hope that, you know, maybe somebody out there hears me say it and they realize that low taxes isn't just about, you know, oh, I get to spend more money at McDonald's. It is actually your measure of freedom. It's why the founding fathers fought against the British. They said, we're not paying more taxes on this. You don't own us. Being free is paying low taxes. Here's Charizard. Taxes are a good thing, though, sometimes, you know, like when you help the poor, when you fix the roads, and when you have to have a military that we all share as one country. So there are some things that are worthwhile purpose of the taxes, but it's so weird. The more and more you pay, the more things they find that the government needs to buy. They're like, well, now we need it for this. Well, now we need it for this. Well, now we need it for this. And they just never have enough, and they always go into horrible debt, and then they demand more taxes. It is so, you know, there has to be a point where you say, I'm not paying over 25%. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. You can't have 50% of my life energy that created this product or this service or whatever you do. That's my life energy, and you can't have it. You know, I'm not a battery sponge like in the Matrix, right? That's the Matrix. Remember the Matrix? The robots had you in a software illusion while they were harvesting your body like a battery. That's what the government will do to you if you let them raise the taxes high enough. They would love to do that. Everyone wants to do that. The corporation would like you to be a slave. Maybe your mom and dad, you know, do all these things for us. Society, hey, you owe us the fruit of your labor because you've got more than us. The government wants it from you so they can send it to other countries or so they can go to endless wars. Everyone wants your money. They want your life. Your money is your life in a way. because you can only produce it by spending your life hours on it. Here's Arturo Perez, one waifu shuffle. Anyways, mister, you mislabeled my pulls. What? Oh, I gave them to Jose Arredondo, didn't I? Is that what I just did? Oh my gosh, here we go. I'm so sorry, man. You know what happened? You paid with store credit. And so when I looked at the computer, it was Jose Arredondo's name on the screen, wasn't it? My bad, dude. Here we are. I think it's better for store credit to be paid using a penny message. I think we've said that before, but that was my fault, so I apologize for that. Keep an eye on me, okay? That's what's so good about doing this on screen, because it is hard to multitask. There we go. All right, beautiful cards here. Mr. Brett. Mr. Brett. There is a little risk of that with the placing an order that's just by word of mouth. Let's see. Okay, my Charizard, mister. What? What Charizard? Oh, is this yours? This got mixed in? Oh, good catch. Good catch. Hold on. And this is yours as well. Okay, good catch. Let's correct this. There we go. Someday I'll be so good at this that I can multitask, but it's hard to multitask. I'll keep that in mind. Still need my 2 custom boosters. Let's get 2 custom boosters. And let's put this into Jose Arredondo's bag. Thank you, here, Jose Arredondo. All right. Very nice. Heart of the Goon, guide me. Oh, it sounds like somebody's getting a waifu shuffle. All right, 2 live customs. Ready? We got 1, and we've got 2. Oh, 2 cold live customs. Very nice. Very cold. Boop. Sorry about that, man. All right, that's completed. Arturo wants his waifu shuffle. Here goes Mr. Arturo. 2 cold ones. Yeah, those live customs are scary. We got 1, 2, 3. Good luck, Mr. Arturo. Boom. Oh, you got it, man. You got the snipe. Good for you. Look at these waifu shuffles, by the way. That's a full box. Look at that. You almost can't fit them all in. That's what's going on there. So you got Miss Hancock, Miss Foot Penis. I think she's in the back of the box, actually. Let's look. No? Okay, well then she's in the front. Aha! Oh, very lovely. We today, brothers. Buy into the Espeon, says Mike's side. Okay, so wait a second. This goes here. And this goes here. This box isn't large enough to contain all the slabs. Just having trouble. Good. Okay, Mr. Arturo, it's your lucky day, man. Lovely. Oh, it's a heavy slab, too. That's cool. Wow, mister, you're still on. Yeah, oh, we're past the 2-hour mark. Well, weird, it says it's only 6:27. Arturo Perez. Well, my goal is for the daytime stream to get up to 3 hours anyways. That's my goal, is to shift more time over to the daytime. Give you guys more time. Jose Arredondo, 5 junk packs. Oh, yes. Junk pack time. Okay, so we got our junk packs right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these are the junk packs. I'm running low on them. I got to make more. Junk packs, they're literally made out of junk. Let's see what's in them. Just random stuff. Random stuff that I don't feel like selling in any other way. Some Minecraft. That's like 4 Minecraft. That's a whole pack of Minecraft. Okay, and then some of these cards. All right, you got some old Wecross or Wixos cards. I don't know what it's actually called, actually. Don't know how you pronounce it. I can see some Carddass in the front of this. That's going to be Disney Celebration, 100-year celebration Carddass. So you got one of those. Some girl cards. Some more Minecraft. All right, here. Oh, some sports. Who doesn't love sports? And a sexy booby card. Someone join me in the waifu shuffle. I already got one. How you been? Okay. Here's Booby Lady. Witch of the Fens, Yuffie, Tataru, Terra, Weiss. So this pack was all about Final Fantasy. That's a Sneaker Bunko 1 sexy... What is she? Like a flight hostess? Okay. And here we have Jesse, Krill, Emmett, some more Minecraft, and Dr. Mog. Oh, yeah. He's mogging. And then last but not least, one more. What's the best pack to get a cool Gengar? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, 151 definitely has one. Okay, there you have it. Jose Redondo. Lots of packs there. That cost him 15 bucks. Wasn't that much money. I think in theory you could argue he made 15 bucks out of these packs. Probably worth just around that much. Okay. Let's see. Your bag definitely gets fat really fast if you're buying junk packs. The oats are all mine. No, brother. Temp Forces? They don't. Oh, yeah, Ghastly, not Gengar. Ghastly. Yeah, they got a Ghastly. It's okay. Jonathan Fernandez. One waifu shuffle, 4 solo leveling. Solo leveling popping off today. Where's Six? She got to see this. Does she know? All right. Yeah, temporal solo leveling's doing good numbers tonight. We have another waifu set right here. We just got it in the mail. This is Interspecies Reviewer. I'm glad I didn't buy a ton of it because the reaction to it, even though we have opened a decent chunk of them, it's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought we were going to open up more Interspecies Reviewer. Maybe it's like an anime no one ever watched. So they're like, I don't know. Binary Espion. Espion. Okay. What do we got? Jonathan Fernandez picking up. Ooh. Rank S. Choi Jong-in. We also have a cold one. Solo leveling. Ho, ho, ho. That's because it's blank. What? That's a pretty strong accusation. There's a rich story, a tapestry of characters. Strong character development, morals to the story. What are you talking about? It's high art. There you go. How dare you? How dare you? You have to be cultured to watch Interspecies Reviewer. What do I have left for credit? Yes, you have $384. $384. From $704 to $384. I will send my next order by Discord now. That's not create issues. It would be best to just do a penny message, to be honest, on PayPal or something like that, or whatever system. You can do it this way, though. I don't mind. Just be aware I might make a mistake. Here's the problem. When we do it by word of mouth, it is easier for me to make a mistake on it. Also, it's harder to track like a receipt. PayPal penny message is probably the best way to spend store credit. But it's silly, though, isn't it? You know, because then it's like, it's almost like you're just using PayPal anyway. So, you know, I get it. I get it when people don't want to do that. Like, I remember Mr. Brandon Wong, he was a big customer for a little while. He was a real big customer for like 2 months. And he hated using PayPal, I guess. He would send me huge amounts for like a store credit, and then he would just spend it with word of mouth. And it was like, okay, hey, look at that. We got to crack this, apparently. You guys ready to do some cracking? Some crack-a-lacking? Oh, look at this. Halo Jason Hughes Pillar of Autumn sketch. That's the Pillar of Autumn Halo sketch. I'm going to do a lower amount than I did before. Mike Side, the editor, what's it? So you watched it? It's not Blankame, is it? Mr. My Waifu Shuffle, says Jonathan Fernandez. Oh, you're right. I forgot it. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me grab it. That's right. You also asked for that. So I'm significantly reducing the price on this card. That is a Halo sketch card. Today, we have priced up 2 Halo sketch cards. You might be interested in them. I've had them laying around for a long time. I think my goal with the sketch cards was to get them regraded as authentic, but I never really bothered doing that. Oh, I don't know where they went. Oh, here's that card there. Let's go get that Waifu Shuffle now. Waifu Shuffle. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Oh, very nice. One cold one it is. I think I've heard the word goon like 6 million times in the last year. It is the big word of the year. If they don't add it to the dictionary, I'm gonna be gooned out of my mind. So now, this has been in queue for 7 months. Can we send to tag grading or refunded? Ethan's Typhlosion, Christopher Houghton. Let's take a quick look into this. Christopher, are you sure it's not back? Okay, give me a second. Let's look into this. Seven months is a long time. Sounds like something else going on. I've got 2 cards with PSA. Send my Ethan's Typhlosion, thank you. Let me mark this unread. Let's reply to it. All right, so Mr. Christopher Houghton. All right. You told me to send an Ethan's Typhlosion, huh? And you're saying you waited a very long time for it. Not in your bag. This music is a vibe. You like this music? Okay, drop this over here. Let me respond to this. I bought a dozen donuts from Dunkin' Donuts and ate half of them on my day off. Man, that is not good, man. All right, let's see. That'll make you obese right away. I have given up dessert, and it has helped me not gain any weight, and I've even slowly lost a little bit of weight. So dessert's it. Dessert is, if you want to know why everyone's obese, it's just one thing, it's dessert. Not one thing, but dessert contributes greatly. Okay, also diabetes, man. I don't have diabetes. I've got normal blood sugar levels, and I'm really happy. You know, I've had some blood tests done and all. You know, but you know, you get older, you check for that kind of stuff. Now I don't eat sugar, so I don't even worry about that kind of stuff. I do eat sugar, but very, very little, very sparingly. I think that's the way it's meant to be, or I eat it from fruit. Almost done. All right. Hey, mister, hope you're having a great day. I love being white. What does that mean, even? Being white, you know? Okay, let's see. I've got pale skin, but my grandma's Filipino. Here's, okay. It's a Heat Wave Arena, Ethan's Typhlosion. Is that right? Heat Wave Typhlosion 070. Okay, I recognize the card. It's a Japanese card, huh? All right. Okay, let me hit send on that. Luckily, the missing card is not super expensive. Taking orders still? You know, it's 6:40. The queue's empty. Let's see. Did we get an order? I think we might have got. Did we get an order from Brett? It looks like we did not get that order from Brett. He's maybe thinking about what he wants to spend his last 380 on. Let me look. So I think we wrap up now. I think now is a good time to wrap up. If you look, we got a nice 145 minutes in. 2 hours and 25 minutes. That's pretty good. 2.5 hours. I think I'll go hang out with Karis now. Yeah, I'll go hang out with her. Order coming in. Oh, okay. So we're going to spend a little more time. We're going to take care of Mr. Brett. He's thinking about what he wants. All right. So I did feel my sugar spike when I drank an iced coffee. Loads of sugar in it. We are. You know, it's just not a good thing, Mr. Arturo. All right. I don't, you know, people sometimes make decisions in life that are sort of like vices, like smoking, vaping, drinking alcohol, spending too much money maybe on Pokemon cards, whatever it is. And we generally are here to have some hedonistic fun, right? But, you know, if you do that over a long period of time, in particular with your health, not a good idea, dude. I definitely don't celebrate it anyways. We want to hear about how, you know, you're just having some moderate fun, but also kind of taking care of yourself. That's what we want to hear about. All right. Read Strawberry's message. No, I just sent. All right, let's see what Strawberry sent in for. I was just going to do a handful of packs. A pack full of hands? What's a pack full of hands? I've never heard of that. $90 to Slab-away. That's Luke Laurie. Thank you, Luke. We better hurry, guys. We're out of time. We are out of time. We have another stream. You know that, right? We got 2 streams. So this goes down to $50. Thank you, Luke. $50 remain. I drink an iced coffee with caramel and sugar and cream every morning. My work is slowly killing me. A. Perez, I went from 280 to 180 in 6 months. Oh, that's a lot of weight loss. That doesn't make sense. In 6 months, that actually doesn't make sense. You would have to be losing like almost 20 pounds a week. Not a week, 20 pounds a month. You would have gone, you must have gone from 280 to 180 over a longer period than 6 months. That's too fast. I ran a 5K last week. That was fun. Order sent. Okay, let's take a quick look. Okay. Oh, did you do it by PayPal message? Let's see. It's okay. I'll be on tonight. Nice. Listen, I'm just saying, as you age, I think you're younger than me, Mr. Arturo. As you age, Pokemon cards are great and all. Having a home is nice, but you know, your health is the number one thing. There is nothing else. It's just your health. Really. You know, if you think about it. So it's not a small thing. It's not a small thing. It's a big deal. So Sarah, are you saying I may work on your order tonight? Is that what you're saying? We can save it for tonight? Because if you want, I can wait for you to join the stream. Oh my gosh, Brett sent in a big one too. So he wants the Sword and Shield Charizard UPC, 2 live customs, 1 Nintendo game pack, totaling da-da-da-da. Okay, I see. So you're using your store credit, plus you're covering the rest with cash. Got it. So this is spent. You think it's fun until you can't breathe properly at night. Well, you think it's fun until, you know, a doctor warns you that you're having heart problems and you might have a limited period of time to live, and then that's supposed to scare you anyways. Here it is, but it might not. I don't know. We don't want to, I don't encourage anything like that. That doesn't sound good. half dozen donuts. I've done that before. That's why I got kind of, you know, I'm not as skinny as I could be, but I've done that before. Box of cookies or something. It's good stuff. I bet you a lot of people have done that. I have been going a long time with no to limited dessert. No more sugary cereals. We don't do cereals. So I tried cereals. I'm like, cereals, they have fiber in them or something like that. Nope, they have sugar in them. Don't do cereals. I got oatmeal. I was talking about that earlier today, the oatmeal. No more sugar. Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? Who's still here? Are we there? Who can hear me? Some kind of lag spike there, I think, everybody. Some kind of lag spike. The other night, the internet just went fully out for like 10 minutes. That had to have been like a Spectrum thing. This just looks like a lag spike. We're there. It's a live stream. You know, that happens. That happens sometimes in a live stream. We're not hardwired for this stream. We're not landlined. Okay, so there's your game pack. Nothing crazy popping out of the game pack. These are a lot of fun, but nothing crazy this time. Let's get you 2 live customs. You ready? Here goes, Mr. Brett. 1 and a 2. Oh, 2 cold live customs. Live customs can be absolutely brutal. Be careful with those. Okay, and so then we want the Sword and Shield Charizard UPC. You got it, man. Well, I'm trying to figure out how this adds up. Hold on. Are you ordering a whole box of the Nintendo game packs? It looks like you're ordering a whole box of them. So you order 1 Sword and Shield Charizard, 2 live customs, and 1 1989 Nintendo game pack for $235. I think he wants a whole box of them. So Brett, for the box of Nintendo game packs, we definitely got to reserve that for tonight. So why don't you take that one? We'll give you that one as a gift. And then we got to save, because it takes a very long time to open a whole box of these. It takes a long time to open these. We're going to open your box for tonight. Is that okay? We could do your order right at the beginning. It is. But I can't open up the whole box of Nintendo game packs. It's too close to the end of the stream. What I can open for you is the Charizard UPC. Let's go grab that. Let's stop talking. We're out of time. Let's go grab it. Okay, so 7 o'clock's kind of like our hard sign-off time period. Can't go past 7. And so I don't think we have enough time for the whole box of Nintendo game packs. We save it for tonight. Okay. Let's see. So we are doing our reorder of the Charizard UPC. Its price will change now. Oops. That's kind of how we're playing it with these UPC boxes. So you order one and I restock it and change the price. That's how we do it. So Charizard UPC will move from $500 to $660. Wow. And that sounds like a lot, but give it a month and then maybe it won't look like a lot, which is exactly what just happened to this one. When we initially priced this one at $500, that seemed like a lot of money. It's like $500 for the UPC. Now it's looking just about to be market price. All right, let's get this snipped. That is how fast these are changing. I need about 10 pounds of muscles. All right. Brett wants us to go for another hour. We're going to be opening up a whole Nintendo game pack box for him, and I'm actually really excited to open that. It's an opening we don't get to do very often, and it's going to give you guys kind of like a really clear view of what you could have in a whole box of the Nintendo game packs. They're also priced pretty well. Like, I'm not pricing them to restock them. They are liquidation price because we were, if you recall, we were preparing to move. We're preparing to move. All right, here goes. And I was just getting rid of stuff. And I was saying, I can get rid of these. Ooh. Okay. That's going to be top-notch entertainment. Yeah, don't miss it, guys. I think that's going to be really fun to watch. This is really fun to watch, too. He just paid $500 for this Charizard UPC, everybody. So this is a big one. All right. Good. Tossing this. Good. Okay. Oh, Christopher answered. What did he say about that? He says, I don't know. Let me mark this unread. Okay, so Mr. Brett. Mr. Brett. We got Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies. Oh, nice. Vivid Voltage. Vivid Voltage, Darkness of Blades. The Charizards, looking good. Lost Origin, Lost Origin. They're not looking off center or anything crazy. Most of the value of this Charizard UPC box comes down to how well the Charizards do. That's all it is. Ready? Mr. has that aura. The UPC is too clean to break. Here it is. Snipping this. Oh, these UPCs are cool, man. Okay. Excuse me. Would you guys like that if we hosted some sort of like pack split style break on a UPC box? Maybe everybody gets one booster pack and then one person gets one of each of the Charizards. So one person gets the first Charizard, the next person gets the next Charizard. If we did it like that, it could be split by like 16, 17, 18 spots. How many packs are in here? Plus the 3 Charizards. That'd be interesting. Okay. I swear, shadow boxing keeps me in shape. It might. Really, I mean, being in shape just is about building muscle and expending energy. That's all it is. Keep your metabolism right. And then overeating is like you eat too much sugar, and then at some point, your body's no good because you ate way too much. Okay, so we want the best ones in the back. Vivid and Lost Origin's good. Astral Radiance, Brilliant Stars is a little bit better. Darkness is the worst. Okay, let's see. There it goes. Very nice. One person takes all. So it could be a one person. By the way, do you want me to open this and take a look at them, or do you like it sealed? It could be a one person takes all scenario. What do we got? We've got Dino. Dino, blow your horn. Dino, blow your horn. Oh, look at that. Vivid Voltage has a Lugia in it. Pretty good. That's a nice Lugia. 10 spot, $50 winner. Here's Panko, the literal pine cone. So far, you're walking away with the Hollow Lugia. Astral Radiance is giving you nothing. It's dry humping you. Yanma. Okay. We've got Acerola Premonition. Her name's Acerola. I always forget that. Professor Research. Lucario. It's Lucario. UPC break, please. Here's Ariados. I think currently we're going to wait for some of these other breaks to finish. We might introduce 1 or 2 breaks slowly onto the table. We've already got too many breaks. There's got to be a limit to the breaks. It can't be 100 breaks. Here's Finian. Here's Hisuian Zoroark. Okay. Very nice. Oops. All right. There's, you know, it's complicated with the breaks, right? Because you have to have a system where breaks that are semi-popular eventually finish, I suppose. Maybe that's that star system already. Here it is. Let's see. Semi-Sage. Here's Mew. All right. Here's Palo Sand. Come on, just one all art. Oh, it's Rillaboom. Okay, I got excited for a second there. Rillaboom, more like Rilladoom. Okay, 3 more packs. Evolving Skies. Spirit Mask. Oh. Thievul Slay King. Oh. Come on! Ah, copycat. All right. You know what? But this is what we've come to expect from these packs. Absolutely nothing unusual happened here. Very hard to pull what you want out of these packs. Wow, wow, wow. Damn. Yeah, I know. Just a couple packs of each set. You know, it would be very rare for an alt art to pop out. Mew, Semi-Sage. The odds are against you. Here's the Bama Snow. The Ariados is kind of cool, but off-center. Here's the Hollows. The Lugia is still nice. I like the Lugia. So here are your pulls officially. Lugia is cool. And then here are your Hollows, your Halos. Rare but possible. Yeah, that's what makes it exciting, I suppose. It's rare but possible. Cooked. Are we cooked? Unk is cooked. I'm going to head off and start gooning now. What is this language we're coming up with? It's terrible. We're cooked. Let them cook. Okay. So tonight we will be opening up a whole box of Nintendo 1989 cards. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate it, man. 67, 67, 67, 67, 67, 67, 67, 67. You sell Evolving Skies booster packs? I could in theory, but I generally don't. I didn't want to play around with them too much. We've got a bunch of them, but I am just letting them get old. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Let me hit save on this. The Choptivus. Okay, guys, I'm all done. I'm hopping off for the daytime stream. It is 6:56. We got it done just in time. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you tonight. All right? Have a nice day.